That ugly creature features and features about creature features. Now the strangest thing about this show or two. Features and creature features and more creatures and more features. And the creature's gonna get you tonight.
And hello and welcome to our weird kind of off the cuff Christmas episode for Show Us Your Crypts. They're our tabletop virtual show, role-playing games, interviews, and more. So, as I said, tonight we're just kind of, this is a little off for us. We usually do it on a Friday night. We're also using new software in a way, so we're going to be fumbling around with that as we go over things. So anyway, I'll just kind of cut to the chase and get to the good stuff so we can start gaming. So definitely follow us on Twitter at UsCrits. And give us, just give us a like over there. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell over on YouTube. We'll give us a like over on Facebook if you're watching on over there. And if you're watching us on Twitch, definitely go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Follow us over on that platform. If you're interested, and I keep forgetting to bring a mask up to show you what it looks like. But anyway, if you're into our logo and want to buy our merch, definitely you can check us out over on Teespring, where we dwell. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to our game master, Mike Pancaneer, to kind of lead us along. So Mike, let's see here. We can, there we go. And hold on. This is what I mean by... Okay, so we're going to do that. No, that's not working. All right, so we're going to go back over here. Wait, where's Mike?
We lost him now.
Can I? Oh, there we go. That's how I do it. All right, so let's go ahead and switch it over to Mike onto the big side.
Awesome. Thanks, James. Thanks a lot. So we are going to do a quick recap. Curse of Strahd, of course. We're doing the... 5th edition that was based off of the original series that came out in the 80s. This is the publication 2016. We are on episode, I think, 7, if I want to remember correctly.
Actually, 8.
8? Are we on 8 already? Good Lord. All right, episode 8.
Remember correctly.
So if the quick recap on the last adventure, you guys had left Barovia. You'd left with Ismark the Lesser and his sister. You had promised to help escort them to the town of Vallaki. You had journeyed from Barovia to Vallaki with no problems. You had stopped briefly at a gypsy camp where Madame Ava gave you a very mysterious fortune telling regarding how to escape from the lands and how to overcome your enemy, which she alluded to be the Devil Strahd. So you all, I don't think all of you were present when that reading was taking place, but a couple of you were. And then you had done some discussion. You had gotten a horse, I believe, so you all could ride on the cart. And then all of you continued your travels to the town of Vallaki, where we had stopped for the night. Mm-hmm. So with that said, why don't we do a brief introduction so everybody knows who's playing tonight. And we'll start with Mary, who's playing Breepine. So, Breepine, take it away.
I'm playing Breepine Fenwizzle, a gnome wizard. She has just leveled up to 4th level and is very pleased to have another spell and to now have a +4 in intelligence. Not just a 4.
Awesome. Very good. We'll go to James. Why don't you go ahead and introduce Tezzacotl?
All right. Well, I am playing Tezzacotl, a Tabaxi hunter and now monster slayer. Had come from the far-off lands of someplace, wherever I'm from, Mastika.
Yes, Mastika.
and ended up in the fog over here. I've actually been getting to get a little bit more acquainted with my companions and feel a little bit more comfortable. And now, yes, I am 4th level as well, and I have taken more mastery of fighting with two-handed weapons. So I will become a living chopper blade. That's it for me.
Nice. All right. Next, we'll introduce Reginald. Go ahead, Greg. Introduce Reginald.
Reginald is the halfling grave cleric of Urbalan. What did I do? I took the Warcaster feat.
Oh, okay. Cool. Very good. And last but not least, Matt is playing Julius. Go ahead and introduce Julius, Matt.
I am playing Julius, a paladin of Helm. As such, I took alert for my feat. Seemed appropriate. And my character is basically the tank of the group.
All right. So that's everybody. So we will go ahead and get started. Your small cart is slowly making its way up this dirty dirt road that goes to the town of Vallaki. Vallaki is positioned on a lake, and you can see the town in the distance. You were concerned that you guys weren't going to make it there by evening time, but it looks like fortune is with you. You guys can see that the sun is just starting to sink below the mountains, and you can see the gates ahead of you. Everyone can see the map, of course, I hope. Yes, looks like everyone can see.
Yeah. This is the way we're coming in down here?
You are coming in through the... let me slide. It looks like we need to slide the map over a little here. Come on, slide map, slide.
Oh, that's because you're probably looking at James's.
Oh, yeah, you are looking at my map. So if you ask hard enough. All right. So where are we sliding to?
Okay, so actually the whole map is brought in. You're coming in on the far right-hand side of the map. Yes, where that pink circle. Yes, you are right.
Okay.
Repine, you are coming in from that entrance. You guys just let me know. I know we're all playing with some new instruments and toys here, so if the music is too loud, let me know. I will bump it down. To the north is Lake Zarovich, which you guys can just barely make out in the distance. You can see as the sun is setting behind the mountain range, the Barovia Mountains, you can see that the fog is slowly starting to creep in, and you can see wispy tendrils are starting to snake their way across the field as you guys are approaching closer to the gate. The gate itself has huge, it looks like they've taken huge timbers, like huge trees, and they've shaved off all of the branches, and they've they've sharpened them to spikes on the top. And it looks like it's a palisade wall that goes almost all the way around the entire village. There's two small short stone towers that have the heavy wooden iron gates, and the gates are currently closed as you are approaching the gate itself. You can see the shadows, the hazy shadows of people up on the top of the palisade looking down on you. And you notice with some grim realization that there's the severed heads of wolves that seem to be nailed to the actual doors of the gate itself to Vallaki. You are, I'd say, probably 200 or 300 feet away from the gate itself and are slowly approaching.
Like regular sized wolves or like dire wolves or?
From this distance, the heads look regular sized. That definitely doesn't look like a monstrous wolf that was nailed to the door.
Is there anybody else like heading into town, or are we the only ones?
This seems to be a very lonely road. As far as you can see, there hasn't been anyone in your travels. The last people that you did see were the gypsies when you left the gypsy camp probably 4 or 5 hours ago.
And are there any guards outside the gates, or just inside maybe?
You can see definitely some shadowy figures on the palisade walls. You don't see anybody in front of the gate, and you don't see any other people that are from this distance. You don't see anyone else around.
Can we see smoke from like buildings inside or anything? Chimneys?
Oh yeah, sure, absolutely. The palisade wall is about 15 feet tall, roughly, and you can see some of the second level structures are just peeking over the wall. And yes, you can see smoke that seems to be coming from chimneys and campfires and what have you from inside the village.
So the wall is made from basically giant trees. The gate itself is made from what? They're like wooden doors, or
it looks like large, heavy wooden planks that have been bound by iron. There's iron bands that go every couple feet from the top to the bottom, and it looks like it swings on huge hinges, huge metal hinges. Does anybody take any actions or do anything prior to arrival at the gate?
I'm assuming the doors are closed.
Correct. The doors are closed.
Okay.
Let me see. I cast a minor illusion on myself to make myself look. I mean, I can't make myself too much bigger, but I make myself look like a burly dwarf that looks more like powerful and fighty.
Okay. So you look like a short, stocky dwarf instead of your usual appearance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm also going to probably pull a cowl over my head because everyone seems to be freaked out at me when they see me.
You're going to pull a towel over your head, did you say?
A cowl.
The hood to his cloak, I think, is what he's trying to get to.
Until I can get like a beagle puss so I can just put those glasses on and have the mustache and the nose.
Classic. Okay, anyone else? Very well. So as you approach the gates, you're probably less than 100 feet away, and the gates still have not opened yet. And I forget, I think, Julius, were you driving with Ismark the Lesser? Were you two in the front at the helm, so to speak?
Yep.
Okay. So somebody around the 100-foot mark, you guys hear someone call out from the top on the palisade wall, and they say, "What is your business in the town of Alaki?"
I turn to Ismark because this is kind of his show.
Okay. Ismark calls out and says, "We are travelers from the town of Barovia. We are seeking refuge. We are on our way to the church of Saint Adral." No, that's not right at all. Andral, sorry. We are on the way to the church of Saint Andral.
Adderall?
No, not the not the Church of Adderall. That's a whole different church. So he says we are on our way to the church, and there's some muttering from above, and you can hear heavy timbers are being slid, wood against wood, and the big heavy wooden doors, slowly start to open with a heavy groan. You can hear the creak of the hinges as the door opens up. They open up the doors just wide enough for you guys to allow the cart in. And as they open up the door, you can see two guards come out that are, they're dressed as militia. They're wearing leather armor. You can see that they have short swords and spears, but they don't seem to carry them with any great authority. And they both stand at either side of the door, and they look out kind of vigilantly out at the countryside. And one of them motions for you to drive the cart into the town.
As we sort of head over there, I kind of, "Arr! What are you expecting out here on the road?"
Yarr!
Arr.
Do you have performance?
Not trained, no.
Okay. All right. Well, you don't need to roll because you're not really doing anything except giving them a personality, so that's fine. One of the guards kind of looks at you and takes a little. He's a little aback at your statement, and he says, "The roads are always dangerous at night. There's been a lot of wolf activity recently, and it has everybody on edge."
Ah, wolves, ye say?
Especially since the spell doesn't change your voice.
You've been taking care of the wolves. On your door, I see them.
Yar.
I'm trying to do like a Scottish burr, but I don't have it down too well.
He kind of he's looking at you in a new regard and says, "Yes, that is true. There has been several wolves that have been managed to slay that we've slayed recently."
It was just a few nights ago. Me and my companions, with our axes and our swords, took down a pack of wolves ourselves.
Yar.
He kind of smiles and nods. Says, "That is good." He said, "Hopefully everyone can breathe a little easier."
Except for the wolves, they be not breathing at all.
He kind of nods again. Kind of looks over to the other guy like he looks a little uncomfortable.
This is basically what the rest of the cart looks like. People trying not to laugh.
Can you point us towards the tavern, matey?
Maybe.
We're land pirates.
He says, "Well, matey, you'd probably want to see if you can get a night a rest at the Blue Water Inn. You'll find it in the center of town. Just stick to the main road, and you should see the sign up on the hill ahead."
Blue water makes me think of a latrine.
Onward, good driver.
I spur the horses.
Okay, you guys pass through the gate, and they close the gate behind you. The gate closes with a heavy thud, and you can see they're placing a large piece of wood to block the gate, to bar it. You see a small road that looks like it has cobblestones in some area, but for the most part, it looks like a dirt road. And this is the main old Savage Road, and it cuts all the way through the town of Valaki. It's the main road. Looks like it's pretty well traveled. And you can see lots of small, tiny houses. The town of Valaki looks in a lot of ways very similar to Barovia. The construction's the same way, and you couldn't help but notice the people on the street seem to greet you much in the same way as well. As your wagon starts to make its way through the town, you can see people talking in hushed voices and retreating into their homes or further down the street as you slowly make your way through the village.
Ooh. Does it look hospitable?
So are we supposed to call you something different, Repine? Doesn't really sound like a dwarven name.
Stone Pine.
Stone Pine. All right.
That'll work.
So, Mike, the town, is it busy? Is it? Does it look like there's significant homeless people? Does it look like there's a lot of business going on? What's the
It's a bustling metropolis.
Here?
Well,
It's obviously not a bustling metropolis.
Well, it is bustling. They're just bustling to get away from us.
yeah. This is somewhere between a town and a village. Again, not very big. Probably around 400 or 500 people, maybe a little bit more than that. Not more than 1,000 people total. This looks like a fishing village. Possibly some trading is done as well. Everything looks decrepit and old and aged and worn. You don't see any new buildings or new construction. Everything looks like it's been here for years, for decades. There's nothing here that looks shiny or new or sleek. It's all old and weathered and worn. The town doesn't look like it's on its pinnacle. It definitely looks like in decline. You don't see houses that are boarded up. You don't see ruins or houses that have collapsed altogether. But you get this general sense that the town does what it can to get by.
Are there panhandlers, or does it look like everybody's pretty much, hale and hearty?
Let me make a perception roll. For the most part, you don't see any homelessness. There might be one or two people that could be, vagrants. But for the most part, it looks like everybody at least has a home. You don't see anybody. You don't see anybody that you would consider homeless. Someone dressed in rags.
Okay.
Somebody, barefoot. Some telltale signs that clearly say that this person has no place to live.
Now, when the guard told us about this Blue Water Tavern, or whatever exactly it's called,
Yes.
did they tell us how to get there?
Yes, he said follow them. I kind of stumbled over it, but he said follow the main road, and up on the hill you'll see a sign. If you continue following the road, it's towards the center of town.
I continue following the road. So the residents themselves, you said they're not boarded up or ruined or anything. Do they have any kinds of signs of like superstition? Like, do they have, things hanging from the doors to keep evil at bay, that kind of stuff?
Let me make a quick perception roll for you. Hang on one
Okay.
second. Again, you've noticed since you've been here that this town seems to not have a lot of the religious heirlooms that you are accustomed to. It definitely seems like the people in this land follow a religion that you're not familiar with.
Right.
But yes, you do see some signs of, I guess you could say, superstition. You can see there is strings of garlic that are hung next to doors and windows. You can see that some have a symbol of a painted in either white paint or painted in a silvery paint. It is a picture of a flame, like the flame from a torch, and it seems to be placed on some people's houses. And there's also a picture of almost a picture of a sigil of a sun rising up over a horizon, like a straight line, and then a half circle with a bunch of slashes coming out. So it looks a little bit like a sun coming up over the horizon. And you can see that also on some of the houses. Painted very small, not very, not this huge, garish painting. Very subtle, and in a lot of places it looks like it's been painted quite some time ago, and the paint's starting to peel and fade and what have you. So, unless you guys do anything else, you can see that you're starting to come up to the crest of the hill, and you do see a wooden sign that says the Blue Water Inn. You can see gray smoke is slowly snaking its way out of the chimney. You can see it is a 2-story wooden building with a very sturdy stone foundation, and you can see that it has a tile roof that looks like it definitely needs to be repaired. You can see several ravens are circling over the inn, and several are perched on the roof itself. Besides the painted wooden sign hanging above the main entrance, you can see nothing else in the area of worth noting. The sign itself says Blue Water Inn, and you can see the picture of a waterfall basically as the large picture in the middle of the sign.
Now, did Ismark want to stop here first, or I know he said he wanted to go to the church?
He says, we can stop here if you'd like. Well, now that we are in the town of Valaki, I feel a lot safer. I don't feel that Strahd, well, we should probably get to the church sooner than later, but we can stop here if you want to try and secure lodging.
Are there stables?
Yes, the Blue Water Inn does have. He says, I think the inn has a small stabler. Yes,
Has he been here before?
I have been, but not recently.
I'm going to suggest that you all go secure lodging for us, and I will take care of the horses in the wagon.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see what we could do.
Alrighty.
When they unload, I go to the stable to take care of the horses in the wagon.
Well, you're splitting up. All right. So hold that thought, Matt. I will get back to you.
But of course.
I will concentrate on the people getting lodging. So you guys entered the building of the Blue Water Inn, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
3,
Yep.
4.
Okay. You guys enter. You can see that it is a open floored. You can see both the first and the second floor. The second floor has a small wooden. Gosh, I'm lost for words today. It is a railing, a wooden railing that goes around the second floor. You can see small doors leading into what you'd assume to be rooms on the second floor.
There's a balcony up there.
Thank you. That's the word, balcony. The first floor has a bunch of tables and chairs, looks like a dining area. And then you can see a small wooden bar that's off in the corner, L-shaped bar where a gentleman is standing. There's a couple doors leading out of the area, but it looks like besides the main entrance and the staircase leading up to the second floor, those look like the only two customer-facing doors, if you will.
Are there any patrons?
A couple. There's not a whole lot. You can see a couple people. It looks like farmers or people that work the land. They're seated, huddled around a table, and they're all looks like they're nursing wine, glasses of wine. You can see that they kind of all, peer over shoulders and kind of look at you to see who's entering the building, but they don't really give you too much more notice after that.
And are they all human?
I'm sorry, beg pardon?
Are they human?
Yes, everybody is human. Correct.
Walk up to the desk.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. You may finish.
No, that's fine.
Let me see. How many rooms do we need? 4 plus. Do they want to share a room or do they want separate rooms?
I can share a room.
Is Mark and his sister. Do they want to? Or
I have no problem with it.
we'll put the ladies in a room. Okay, that'll work. How many rooms do they have available?
That's a good question.
First.
He says, well, we have a common room, and then we have 3 other rooms that are available that have 2 beds in them each.
Okay.
So maybe we should take the common room and another room if you want to split it up and have...
I'm not sleeping in the common room.
Well, that's what I mean. You and the other woman can sleep in the private room, and then the guys can take up the common room.
That could work.
Breenpine, are you still looking like a dwarf?
Sort of on and off, because it only lasts a minute. So it'll start to fade, and I'll be like getting fuzzy, and I ping myself again.
Okay. Alrighty. So then you can. Each of the single rooms has 2 beds in it. The common room has 4 beds in it. So and you said, I believe I said there's 2 singles available and the common room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So we're going to take the common room, and we're going to take one of the single rooms.
Okay.
And Reginald, did you ask if food is included?
Well, first one thing. Am I moving on my camera? Because it looks like I'm...
No, you're frozen.
No, you are completely frozen.
That is weird.
We are getting your voice though, but yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
And that's what really counts.
That is.
What is included in the room fees?
Breakfast. We will serve you breakfast for each night that you plan on staying here.
Okay. How much would? How late is it?
It is about dinner time.
Okay. How much would dinner cost? Is it like a set price per person, or is it like depends on what you get?
No. We can provide a dinner for you for 2 silver pieces each.
Okay. Let's get 6 dinners, 1 in the private room, and 4 for the common room, please.
Okay. He says the single rooms are 1 electrum piece. The common room is 1 silver piece. And we have wolf steak that we are serving that you can get a wolf steak dinner instead of beet soup. And the wolf steak dinner is also 1 electrum piece.
So I pay an electrum.
6, so 7 electrum. I know other people don't like it, but I like electrum. I don't know why. Maybe just because it's so weird. How much was the common room per person?
1 silver piece per night for the common room, 1 electrum piece for the single room with 2 beds.
Okay, so
The gentleman that is the bartender is a man who is very thin, very scrawny, lanky, if you will. Has a very wispy, very faint hint of a goatee. Not much there, though. Not much facial hair. Looks like he's trying really hard to get a goatee, but isn't very successful. Has very long, thin, fine black hair that comes down very long. He wears it loose, almost down, touches his shoulders, and very dark, piercing blue eyes. So, how much money do you give him?
Gold, so that would be 1 gold, 2 gold.
Good old Electrum.
4 gold should cover everything. Yeah, if an electrum is half a gold piece, then yeah, 4 gold should cover everything.
Okay. He smiles. He takes your money, and he says he takes the coins, and you see him pocket them in the leather apron. He says, "Thank you. So, where are you from, stranger? I haven't seen you around."
Well, we're coming from back in Barovia, but we're not from around here. Well, most of us aren't. The big guy is, but we're from out of town.
He kind of gives a smile and a smile and a knowing nod, and he says, and he kind of gestures over his shoulder with his face and his chin, and he goes, "That fellow over there with the cloak that's pulled over, is he with you?" He's gesturing towards Tezzacotl, of course.
Yeah, Tezzacotl will.
Yeah, he's with us.
Yeah, my head nods up and down, and I walk back. I walk more towards the party.
He nods. He says, he kind of says in a low voice, it would be best if he makes sure that nobody gets a good look at his feet. And
I will inform him of that.
He kind of gives a smile, and he slides a couple keys across the table. The keys you assume were to the rooms, the single rooms, of course. And he says, if you'd like some beet soup or some wolf steak, just let me know, and I'll have my wife prepare some for you. The rooms are available whenever you want them.
Thank you.
He says the doors are locked shortly after sunset.
Okay, yeah, we just have to make a stop at the church, and then we'll be back.
Yep.
He says, don't take too long. I don't like opening the doors once the sun goes down.
Understandable.
So
I will head over to Taz.
how
Then
long do we
inform-
have?
How long until sunset? You've got probably about half an hour to 45 minutes.
Woo. How
Hey,
long?
Taz.
Yes.
The barkeep says you might want to hide your feet as well as your face.
So your cloak, Tezzacotl, your cloak goes all the way down to just about mid-shin. And obviously your feet you don't have boots on, you don't have any footwear. It's your normal, tabaxi feet. Not normally something that everyone would pick up on. Not everyone looks down at people's feet. But yeah, I mean, for some people in the lighting, it may look like you're wearing a pair of fur-lined boots, or it may look like two giant feline paws. So,
Well, if I can reach around in my pack, if I have any cloth or anything, or I can get my hands on cloth, I can wrap up my feet, at least to
sure.
try to do boots.
Or just something to think about, maybe a folding cloak, something that actually touches the ground. So, but all right, well, we'll stop with you guys right there for the moment. I will flip over to Julius. So, Julius, you pull your the cart into the back, and you can see indeed a small building, no bigger than modern day two-car garage, about that big, that structure. A single door opens up, and you can see a couple of stables where there are some horses that are there. You see two young boys, one with kind of a sandy blonde hair and one with dark brown hair, and you can see that they're attending to the animals that are there. One of them approaches and says, "Good evening, sir. Can I help you?"
Good evening, stable boy. Do you have enough room for our two horses and the cart we have?
He says, he nods. He says, "The cart will have to stay outside, but we can stable both of the horses."
That would be excellent. How much does it cost?
It is 2 silver pieces per night, per horse, per day.
So 4.
He nods.
I hand him 4 silver pieces.
He kind of
and then I hand him an extra one, and I say, "Take extra good care of these."
He looks very wide-eyed, and he gives you a nod. He says, "Yes, sir. I'll make sure the horses are well tended to and well fed."
Excellent. We will be collecting them in the morning, I believe.
So the younger one of the two looks like he can't be more than about 6, maybe 7 years old at the most. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
We got some movement now from him. It looks about 6 or 7, and you can see that he's eyeing your sword intently. And he says to you, "Are you one of the town guards? Are you the captain?" And you see the older boy kind of look at him and scowl, like, don't ask him questions.
I say, "No, that's fine. No, sir, I am not a town guard. I am a paladin. A paladin of the god Helm, god of guardians."
They both kind of look wide-eyed at you, and they say, "Who's Helm?"
The god of guardians.
Is Helm a protector? Will he protect us against the wolves? The younger kid says.
If you pray to him, then he will protect you. And I also will protect you as long as I am here.
They both seem a little reassured. "How long will you be staying?" And the other kid kind of gives him another look and says, "Don't ask questions."
As I said, questions are fine. I'm not sure how long we're going to be staying as of yet. Definitely this evening, possibly longer.
They both kind of nod at you and they say, "Thanks, mister. Have a good night." And they both...
You can call me Julius.
"Thanks, Mr. Julius. Have a good night."
You as well, boys.
They both kind of nod, and they pick up their brushes and they go to brush down the horses.
Okay.
All right. So as you are entering the building, it looks like the group has convened. It looks like, judging by what's going on, it looks like they've either secured lodging or that looks like that's been squared away. You can see that Reginald is holding some keys in his hand, so you're assuming that means that you guys have rooms for the night.
Excellent. Well, would the common room have keys?
No,
Yeah.
just 2 keys, because
Right.
two single rooms.
So I walk over and I say the horses will be well taken care of. Do we know how long we're planning on staying?
That I don't know. At least a few days, I'm sure.
Are Ismark and his sister here?
Ismark and his sister, they actually are here. They haven't said much, but they basically sat down at one of the tables. It looks like they're kind of easing after a long ride. They're just sitting at the table, waiting for you guys to finish your business.
So
I'm gonna head over to him. Yeah.
I will approach them and I'll say, so was this the only thing that you required our assistance with was to reach this town, or was there more that you were looking for help with?
He kind of gives you a smile and he says, I just wanted to make sure that my sister arrived at the church safely. After that, that was it. That was all I could really ask of you, and you've already done more than enough.
Of the church, we may want to head there now because the inn locks up at sunset, and it's getting pretty close.
Yeah, because I think that, before you came back, it was going to be like a half hour to 45 minutes before it became dark, and it's probably closer to that time now.
Yeah, you guys probably have about 30 minutes until twilight, I would say.
Is there a private booth in the common area?
No, it's just large circular tables, probably 6 to 8 chairs around a table. There are some tables that are all set off into the corners of the room, but there aren't any partitions or walls or anything like that would enclose the area in.
Okay. I'm going to turn to the rest of the group and say, I will stay here while you escort them to the church, and make sure that our rooms are squared away, so that when it comes time for us to bed down, everything is all set.
Oh, sounds like a plan.
All right,
I will toss the key to you.
I take the key.
Okay.
I also ask about food, if that has been arranged.
Food has been arranged. You can either have beet soup or a wolf steak.
Excellent. And I see there's one key here, so the arrangements are what?
We are all staying in the common room except for the ladies.
I see.
They didn't have that many. It didn't have that many rooms, so it seemed more economical. I hope that's okay with you.
That's fine with me. One thing I do need to make sure you're all aware of, if we are going to be staying more than one night here, someone else will have to cover the stabling of the horses, as I am now almost completely out of money.
Okie dokie. Artichoke.
Well, we got to get that extra horse back soon.
Yes.
So that's going to cost us. That's going to cost us a leg and a leg.
Yeah.
A leg and a leg and a leg.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We borrowed the horse from the Vasanti.
Rented the horse.
Oh, yeah.
You don't borrow anything for the Vasanti.
All right. So Julius, you are staying behind.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything particular while you were there at the inn by yourself?
Yeah. So basically, I want to make sure that the room that I forget what her name is going to be staying in is secure. So I'm going to check out that room. I also want to check out the common room and see like how many people there are in there with us, or if it's just us. I also want to get food and eat it while I have some place to go that I will be alone.
I see. Okay. So Ismark says, forgive me, Reginald, but when you were talking about lodging, it seemed like you were talking about lodging for myself and an Irina as well. Is that right?
Of course.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Irina can't stay here. She she has to stay at the church. That's the only place where she'll be safe.
Oh,
Oh.
no, that is okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess Repine gets her own
That
room
just
then.
means Repine gets her own room.
Yeah. He says, I'm sorry about that. I forgive me if that was any confusion, but the only place I know of that she will be safe is the church. Even in the town of Valaki, I know that that he will find a way to get here, and he has, I think, before. So. He looks a little relieved. He says we should probably take her there now. She doesn't know this yet, but she's going to be staying at the church for a while.
And then she turns to him and goes, I am?
You
Well,
might want to.
he says this out of earshot. She doesn't know this yet, but yeah, rude surprise. She's going to be at the church for a while.
You really might want to inform her on the way there.
He nods. He says, yes, I've been postponing that conversation. Perhaps I should go talk to her now.
Oh, by the way, sis, I just signed you up for a convent.
Pretty much.
Okay, let's head out before it gets dark and we get locked
Yeah.
out.
Okay. So Ismark and Irina are walking ahead of you guys. It looks like they're having a heated conversation, I guess would be the best word for it. An animated conversation.
I would imagine we get snippets every once in a while.
Yes. She seems generally unhappy about the whole thing. And he's giving her the "it's for your own good" speech, which doesn't seem to be really doing it for her. She doesn't seem to be.
Which works about as well as it works in normal.
Yeah. It
brother.
doesn't seem to be winning her over with the "I'm doing this to protect you" speech. So, Julius, you stay behind. You find a very private, secluded area. Now, unfortunately, there is no place that people can't see you, and of course, you are somewhat of an oddity because you're this guy that is in full armor that no one's ever seen before. So, eating in the main area is going to get you stares. Somebody's going to be watching.
So if there's nowhere here or in the common room that I can eat privately, then I'll go to the private room and I'll eat there.
Okay, that you can do. There is one very heavy-set gentleman that is in the common room. He's sleeping, but you don't know. I mean, if you're trying to keep your features hidden, I mean, he could roll over and get out of bed, and that would cause a very awkward situation. So,
Yep.
Okay, so you eat in the single room.
Yes.
That's done. Are you having the beet soup or are you having the wolf steak?
The wolf steak.
Okay, the wolf steak is gamey, no surprise. You get it with some steamed vegetables or boiled vegetables, I guess would be the equivalent, and a baked potato. It's not a fantastic meal, but it does the job. It gets you full.
There you go. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay. Unless you do anything else, we'll go ahead and flip over to the other peoples. So for the time being, after you eat, I assume you're going to be quiet reflection, maybe praying to Helm, that kind of stuff, or are you going to be doing anything else in the inn after you finish eating?
After I finish eating, I will give thanks to Helm, and then I will go down to the tap room and basically sit and observe.
Got it. All right. I'll flip back to you when necessary. The walk between the Blue Water Inn and the got to look up the name again. I keep wanting to say Adrenor.
The Temple of Adderall.
No, you created an earwig now, and all I want to say is Andral. Saint Andral. Yeah, right. St. Androl's Church. The walk between the inn and St. Androl's Church is not far, maybe quarter of a mile. So you guys make the walk. The sun is starting to set, and you can see the large building in the distance. You can see that this centuries-old stone church has a large steeple at the back, and the walls are lined with cracks and stains. You can see the glass windows on two of the sides, of course, that as you approach, depicting some pious-looking religious individuals. You don't recognize any of them. You can see a fence of wrought iron encloses the entire building, and you can see a garden of gravestones next to the church. The graveyard looks like it is well tended to. There is a thin mist that seems to creep in from the evening over the walls and into the graveyard area itself. You can see that the two large wooden double doors leading into the church, they are pointed or they are sloped to match the steeple on the top. You can see that Ismark looks very relieved. He looks visibly relieved as you guys are approaching the church. Irina does not look so relieved. She still looks a little annoyed. So the door opens.
God, I hope this church doesn't have any vampires chained in the basement.
I hope so too.
So the door opens, and as the door opens, you can see a young man with, well, young being in his mid 40s, mid to late 40s, salt and pepper hair. He opens up the door. He has blondish brown hair and clean shaven, and he says, "Welcome to the Church of the Morning Lord. My name is Marcus, and please, all of you are welcome in." And he opens up the doors and allows you into the church itself. You can see the church looks a lot like the one in Barovia. Same basic setup. You can see a lot of pews. This church doesn't have I don't want it, for the lack of a better term, the battle damage that you saw at the other church. This one looks, old, an old church that doesn't seem like it has visible signs of combat. All the pews are old, but in good shape. Nothing seems to be broken like it was at the previous church. So Ismark says, "Thank you, Father. Thank you for seeing us at such a late hour. This is my sister, of course, Irina. She's the one that I wrote to you about. We were here seeking refuge." And he says, "Of course, any who seek refuge here are more than welcome to take refuge within these hollowed walls. The Saint Andral will protect all who stay within this church." You guys look around. Like I said, it's a very simple setup. You can see that there's a couple small rooms in the beginning of the church, and then it opens up to a large religious area, worshiping area towards the back of the area. And you can see there are 3 bedrooms set up. One of them looks like the father stays there. One of them, you can see a young man dressed in priestly robes is there. And he says, "Dimitri, we have some guests. Would you like to come out and greet them, please?" And you can see this very he's a teenager. You'd say probably about 15, 16. He's a little tall. He's about your height, I'd say, Tezcatl. What are you? You're about 6 foot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a little on the tall side for a teenager. He's about 6 foot, but very thin. Maybe probably about 140 pounds, 150, somewhere in that area. So
lanky.
Yes. And he kind of gives you guys a smile. He says, "Hello." He says, "Dimitri, this is Irina. She'll be staying with us." And Irina says, "Very, very shortly." And Ismark kind of goes, he gives a nervous chuckle. And he says, "Irina will be staying with us for a time. Please, will you help her with her belongings and make sure that she has everything she needs?" And he goes, "Of course, Father." And he kind of gives a nod to you all. And he says, "Right this way." And he leads Irina away. And she, of course, still looks very annoyed at the whole situation. And he says, the Church of the Morning Lord is one of the few places that we know is safe, where people are safe. We've never had any trouble at night from anything, and we haven't had the Dark Deceiver ever visit us here. So we feel
until now.
Very well timed. We feel that Irene will be very safe here.
That is good. I do not wish to rush this, but I do know that the innkeeper said that we have a chance of being locked out if we don't get back before sunset.
Oh,
so,
of course.
We could talk more with Irina in the morning.
He says, "Of course. He gives a smile and he says, "Well, then, please, I encourage you to go back to the inn. We can talk more later. I will close the doors after you leave."
Thank
All right.
you.
Ismark says, "I will stay here for a little longer just to make sure Irene is okay." He says, "I might end up staying here the night, but don't worry about me. I'm going to stay here. I just want to talk to Irene and make sure everything is okay."
I'm sure it won't be.
So Ismark decides that he will stay and try to comfort his sister the best he can about her new arrangements. And so that means the three of you will make the walk back to the inn, I assume, right?
Yeah, more than a walk. I think we're gonna probably start rushing back.
You're gonna.
How long did it take us to get there?
It was, like I said, a quarter of a mile, so I don't know, about 15 minutes, maybe less, or like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it'll be kind of a jog.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys jog back to the inn.
We're having to stop every minute so Stone Pine there can reapply her dwarfishness.
I'll let it drop.
Okay, Stone Pine is back to Bree Pine. So they're gone about half an hour. So Julius, you're in the main area. The only people that were in there were a bunch of commoners that looked like they were sipping wine, nursing it really, kind of just looking around. And about the time that you came down to sit down and take a seat, they all got up and left. So it's really just you and the innkeeper.
Okay.
So he just kind of gives you a nod, and he makes his way around the room, wiping down tables, flipping over chairs, stuff like that. Looks like he's getting ready to close up for the night, as they say.
I will actually give him a hand. And while we're doing it, I'm going to have small talk with him about, the town and the area around the town and, what kind of things are going on, any recent events of interest or rumors or so on and so forth.
He kind of gives a smile and says, "I appreciate the help, stranger." He says, "Well, what can I tell you about Balaki? Well, the Burgomaster is an old family. It is the Valakovich family. They have been here for some time. Well, they've been here longer than I remember. They're the family that has resided over this town. They're not the greatest, but they're not the worst as far as leaders go. They try to do what they think is best for the town. They usually have a festival every 7 days or so. There's another one coming up shortly. And usually that they try to do that to lift the spirits of the town. Lately, though, it hasn't really seemed to do much good. What else can I tell you? We're just a town of simple folk, mostly fishermen, a few people that do some farming on the outskirts of town. And that's about it, really. Not too many people here do much more than that. There is some trade. We get some trade from the other towns, but hasn't been a lot. And lately it's been harder and harder. A lot of wagons being attacked on the roads, usually by wolves.
And how often do strangers like myself come through?
Not very often at all. I'd say maybe once or twice a year at most. We hear of them. There are rumors from other towns of strange folk showing up, and we all know that it has to do with the Dark Deceiver. But we don't know why, and we don't know what befalls them. The talk of them quickly goes down, and they're forgotten. Nobody ever knows what happens to them.
These strangers, do you ever find out where they hail from? Do you find out if they are, relatively local or from very far away or even from areas beyond?
They have always been from lands beyond. I've never known strangers, people that we don't know, from anywhere that hasn't been from some distant land that I haven't heard of. Most of the people that seem to be new or people that we don't recognize seem to be from some distant land, someplace way beyond the borders of Barovia. There are only a couple towns here in Barovia, and at this point, almost everybody knows everybody else, or at least has heard of them. There's not a lot of people, just a couple towns and maybe a couple hundred people per town. So,
And these strangers, you just never hear of them again, or have you ever heard of them going home?
they disappear. We never hear of them again. There's talk of them showing up. There's talk of them being seen here or being seen in Barovia or Valaki or Kursik. But then one day there's no more talk. People just stop talking about them because nobody has seen them. Nobody knows what befell them.
And those strangers never end up settling in the area.
No. We don't know what happens to them or where they go or what their ultimate end is, but we know it's not retiring peacefully in one of these towns. That much I can tell you.
I see. I noticed that your roof needs some repairs.
That's true. Unfortunately, it's a costly repair, and lately I haven't been able to put enough money together for it.
Well, I don't know how long my companions and I will be staying in town, but I was thinking perhaps we could barter for some residence here, and I will assist you with fixing the roof.
He says, well, wine is one of my major commodities. It's what I sell the most of. It's what keeps he gives you a smile and he says, it's what keeps the village of Alaki happy.
I see.
He says, unfortunately, my latest wine shipment has not shown up yet. I suspect that it was probably attacked on the roads. If you are able to help me get another shipment of wine to town, I would be glad. I would gladly overlook. I would gladly see what I could do to make sure that you and your friends stay here for minimal cost or to stay here free, depending on how successful you are.
Okay. Well, that's certainly a start. I will discuss things with my companions and find out what our plans are.
He says, very well. It was only a thought. If you can help me, that would be much appreciated. But I understand if you and your friends have other pressing matters that you need to take care of.
I will let you know.
He smiles. He makes his way over towards the door, and he has a big, heavy beam, and he opens up the door, and he says, speaking of which, I hope your friends are coming soon. It is almost dark. And right on cue, you can see three people are jogging down the road. And
as I go, I would think that there they are.
Somewhat breathless, they show up, and
Yeah, that was fun.
He gives you all a warm smile, and he says, I'm glad that you showed up. He said, I did not want to wait much longer. He kind of gives Breepine, he kind of gives you a double take, like he's seeing you for the first time, and then kind of shakes his head, and he says, please come in, and I will bar the door. The one thing you do notice is that in the other, as I said before, the other town had evident signs of wolf attacks and whatnot. This town doesn't really seem to have that much. You think obviously a large palisade wall that surrounds it probably helps a lot. But yeah, you guys don't see clear evidence of the attacks that you saw at the church and at the mansion where Ismark was. So he throws the bar on the tavern door. The door is now secured. And he says, well, I will go help my wife in the kitchen. I trust you all have everything you need.
Well, is there any food left? We kind of left before eating.
Oh dear. Yes, of course.
Oh dear.
I can either bring out some beet soup or some wolf steak, depending on what you want. You're more than welcome to sit and enjoy it here or take it to your room.
Wolf steak would be fine.
Beet soup for me.
I'll try the wolf. Try.
He gives a nod. He says, I'll be right back.
First time for everything.
I turn to you guys and I say, it's a little gamey, but it's filling.
I have no problem with gamey.
After the long night we've had, it'll just be nice to sleep.
So, what are we going to do if this was the end of the line for the working with those two that we dropped off at the church?
This was actually something that I was going to bring up. What do we intend to do now? I've been offered some assistance with lodging if we can help the barkeep with recovering some wine that has not showed up. But other than that, I don't know what else we should be. I don't have any other suggestions for specific things that we can do.
Well, maybe we should be looking for some kind of library or something that might be able to research how to get home.
That is an excellent idea, Bree Pine.
Thank you.
Is that something that you would be able to look into?
If we can find out where there's a library, I'm not sure where they are, but
Well, when the barkeep comes back,
we'll
ask him.
ask around.
So the barkeep comes back. He says, here are your meals. We have them warmed up, and he places down 3 plates. The wolf steak with some boiled vegetables and a potato, and a large bowl of beet soup with a with a couple slices of bread. It looks like a rye bread or some kind of sourdough, something along those lines. And he places the dishes down on the table.
Kind sir, do you have libraries in this town?
He kind of looks a little puzzled. He says, no, we haven't had any kind of library or place of knowledge in quite some time. They all were burned down quite some time ago.
That's disturbing.
Why did you burn down your libraries?
Oh, no, it wasn't by choice. It was an attack that was done. Attack at night. A bunch of creatures in the night. I'm sure you've probably heard of the lichens.
Yes, they grow on rocks.
Oh, no, not those lichens. Much more fearsome with teeth and bearing fire. They torch
with teeth. By the way, I am Julius. What was your name? I did not catch that.
Oh, you may call me Dragos. No, wait, I got that wrong. Dargos. Dargos. Dargos.
Dargos.
D as in David?
D as in David. Dargos.
Dargos.
Dragos it is.
Excellent.
I am Dargos. Pleasure to meet you. And your name is? And he's motioning to you, Matt.
I just introduced myself.
Oh.
I'm Julius once again.
Of course you are.
I am Paladin of Helm.
Exactly.
Yes.
And he says, and your name is, and he's gesturing to you, Breepine.
I am the wild and wonderful Breepine Fenwizzle. I'm sure you've heard of me.
Surely.
Not yet, but I surely won't forget.
Well,
That's what everybody says.
where Is there any place in this land where you might have libraries that we could peruse?
Or perhaps any secret caches of information that were not burned down.
Repositories of knowledge, even.
Yes, are there any secret repositories that are well known of?
Well, the man is a barkeep, so I'm sure he hears a lot of things.
He says what remaining knowledge that was left, books and scrolls and what have you, that was taken by the burgomaster. They might have some, but if it's information they haven't revealed it and they haven't made it, accessible to everyone.
Burgle.
Are there any other towns in this land with universities and fonts of knowledge?
He sadly shakes his head. I'm afraid not. He said, once a long time ago, there was a temple that, not a temple. It was more of a building for wizards. It was called the Amber Temple. It was located high in the mountains, and no one knows what befell of those wizards. Some say that they used their dark arts and summoned a demon that destroyed them all. Others say that they all slowly went insane over years of studying forbidden knowledge. But this building still resides high in the mountain peaks. No one dares to travel to it because they fear, well, it's a dangerous journey, but once you arrive there, most everyone agrees that anything found within was probably best to be left alone. But they were wizards of knowledge. They had studied many years and had accumulated a lot of knowledge in their time that they were there.
Sounds like the perfect place for us. I bet there are all sorts of bits of knowledge that we could use, that we might even be able to bring back for you to learn from.
He says, I would not be able to join you, but I wish you the best of luck if you decide to take such a perilous journey.
What say you, my intrepid companions? We could go find wine on the way.
Sure.
We have a horse to return first.
Yes, we have a horse to return, and we need to return the wine if we find it.
Or acquire more.
Which way did the wine come from?
There is a winery called the Wizard of the Wines. It is a small winery that is located not far from here, perhaps half a day's journey, and that's where we get all of our wine.
Which direction?
Wizard of the Wines. I believe he says it would be. I'd have to look at a map to make sure, but I believe it is west of here. I'll find out for you. Let me look it up on, and I'll get back to you and let you know.
Let me look it up on Wikipedia.
Right?
That is a silly name for a winery.
Wizard of the Wines?
Yes. I mean, wizards are usually whiny anyway. So.
I look at Bree Pine.
Whining.
Oh, I don't know.
See, you haven't heard it once.
He kind of gives a sheepish grin and he says, the winery, it says, was started by a wizard, but he kind of shrugs and he says, it's a name that stuck over the years, I guess. Yes, the Wizard of the Wines. It is located in a westerly direction from here. You would have to go west for some time.
Pretty much back where we came.
Wait, no, we were going west.
Yeah, we came from the east.
Yes, correct.
Right. Never mind.
So we have to drop the wagon off, come back here, and then we can go look for the wine.
Yeah. So maybe tomorrow what we'll do is Well, actually, Julius hasn't told us that the guy needed carpentry work done. So
He hasn't said that yet. No.
Yeah, it's
Although if there is an actual wizard there, he
kind
might
of
have
this
some
conversation has
knowledge.
gone in several directions already. So, yeah, the carpentry work he didn't agree to anyway.
oh, okay.
But yeah, so I guess we'll have to go east to return the horse, and west to get the wine.
How
And
much?
where's this repository of knowledge?
Well, if there is an actual wizard in the Wizard of the Wines, then maybe he might have some knowledge on this, whatever it is, temple.
Well, the other question would be, I have a little bit of money left. How much would it cost to hire, like, the stable hand to return our cart for us?
Stable hand's a little young. Also, it wasn't the cart didn't come from the Vistani, just the horse, right?
Yeah, just the
Just
horse.
the horse.
Just the horse.
Of course, of course.
Of course. So yeah, the stable hand's a little young to be returning the horse for us.
Well, they gotta have somebody.
I'm sure there is probably somebody in town.
But do you think it would be insulting to have someone else return the horse?
It's a good point.
Why,
Probably something I should do on my own.
why would that be insulting?
Well, it was a pact made between us and the Vizanti.
Yeah, but we didn't make a pact that we would return it personally, just that it would get returned.
Well, I mean, to James's point, I mean, I guess it's a question of etiquette, but maybe they won't. Maybe they won't care as long as the horse is returned.
Yeah, but it depends on how much we owe them as to how fast we get it back. So if
Yeah.
whoever we give it to doesn't bring it back right away, then we're going to owe them more than we gave them to pay the guy.
Yeah.
It
That's
probably would be better. It's probably best for us to return it ourselves.
Just as
As long as we have the wagon, we can get back here quickly. We should probably be able to do it in a day.
just as a refresher, Mike.
Yes.
I was just returning the horse, right? There was no additional payment or anything.
Nope.
Okay, that's what I thought.
They the agreement is that they would charge you a fee per day as long as the horse was returned. Right?
In the same condition that it was taken at.
Yes, that was what they said.
So yes, I will personally return the horse tomorrow. I don't know if you all want to accompany me or begin heading to the winery to take care of the rooms.
We're in the middle of nowhere right now. I don't think it would be a smart idea for us to split up that much.
No, we should go. Plus, the Visanti have tasty meat on a spit at their fire.
That is true.
Much better than wolf steak, but you're not going to say that. Dargos is kind of, rubbing his little weak goatee that he has, and he says, "Oh, I remember now. The Amber Temple. It was located somewhere near Mount Gacchus.
Mount Gacchus.
Yes, that is far to the south of here. Yes, Gacchus.
So east to the west to the south. Gotcha.
But as I said, it has been a very long time since anyone has journeyed there, so I don't know where exactly. I just know that the temple was located somewhere near Mount Gacchus. He says, "Well, unless you have any other questions, I really should go help my wife with the kitchen before there's trouble."
Wunderbar.
He says, "Have a good night," and he turns and walks out of the room.
Have a nice night. Thank you for the food.
I offer my potato and my veggies to either Brie Pine Original because I'm just like going.
You're all carnivore, huh?
Well, I mean, I eat some, but it's just I prefer meat, so I'm just like,
I just have beet soup, so I don't have any meat to offer you. And
Well, no, just take the veggies. 'Cause I don't want them to go to waste.
all right.
And I'll take a little piece of this potato, and if anyone wants the rest.
Reginald is a halfling.
Yeah, potatoes. That's right.
They have bottomless stomachs.
Fucking racist.
Yeah, he's a halfling. He must like potatoes.
We just got a PGR rating.
I think with R you can actually drop one F-bomb. No, PG-13 you can drop one F-bomb per movie. So,
Oh, is that right?
yep. So we are still in the PG-13 category.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So while you guys are wrapping up your dinner, you hear a very loud knock on the door.
Not our job.
Are there like blinds or windows or anything?
There are shuttered windows. Yep.
I'm gonna go take a look, just because curiosity killed the cat and all that.
I get it. You're a cat. See.
Yeah.
So you pull open the curtains and you kind of peer out, and you can see a single figure is standing at the door, and you can hear him knocking again, and it sounds like a really insistent knock.
All right. Yeah. And then at this point, I will default to not my job and see. I'll alert the owner though.
Okay. So as you start to walk away from the door, you hear a very familiar voice say, "Hello, hello. Can anyone hear me, please? It's Father Marcus."
Oh.
I can hear you, but I can't let you in.
Please, can you open the door? It's important. I have to tell you. It's about Irina.
Oh, bartender dude.
It's just a wooden beam that's locking the door, or is there an actual lock?
No, he's just barred the door. There's no key or any lock like that. No.
What was his name again? Dorko?
No.
Dargos.
Dargo.
Oh, Dargos.
Or Dorko, depending on what kind of conversation you want to start.
Doggo.
So he emerges and he says, "Is everything okay?"
No. You got a priest knocking at the door.
He quickly hurries over to the door and he pulls off the bar and opens up the door, and Father Marcus enters the building and he's breathless, and he walks over and he says,
You were attacked.
He says, "No, not yet, but I fear there is an attack coming. Someone has stolen the bones. The bones are gone."
The bones?
Yes, the bones are gone. The temple is considered consecrated. It's a sacred land because of the bones of the saint. Saint Ardno? No, Adderall? No. Adderall. Androl, that's it. The bones of Saint Androl were buried underneath the church, and because of that, it was considered consecrated land. Strahd couldn't go there because of the saint, but the bones are gone. I went there this evening to pray, and I noticed that the tomb had been disrupted. Irina has no safety. Strahd can visit her anytime he wants if he wishes.
I just wanted one night to sleep.
Ismark is there. Ismark is there with her now, but you must hurry.
We're on our way.
Yes. This is a job for the Paladin of Helm. Off I go.
I follow.
Wait, it's nighttime. We're not supposed to go outside at night.
No, we're not.
Don't really have any choice here.
We always have a choice.
Well, I'm following Julian.
Okay.
Come on, Bree-Pine, get on the train.
I follow with some grumbling and
So Dargo says, I will wait here at the door for your return. Just knock and let me know when you want to get back into the building.
I do not believe we will be returning tonight, but you may lock the door. Thank you. Have a nice night.
He nods. You guys all hear the door getting barred as you guys walk out. I assume you have all your stuff with you, and in the return walk back to the church. At nighttime, you can see that the area is covered with mist. You can see the mist has made its way into the the central part of the city of the village of Valaki. Again, it's a quarter mile. It's only about a 10 or 15-minute walk. I assume you guys are walking at a brisk pace.
Oh, yeah.
Half jogging, half crying.
I'm running.
Okay.
I just wanted to sleep.
So you guys arrive at the church of Andral, and you can see the doors closed. And after you guys knock on the door and you hear Ismark say, "Who is it?" and I assume you guys identify yourself. You guys are all led into the church, and the door is barred once more. And there you can see Ismark is standing there. Irina is standing next to him, and of course, the young man that was introduced as Dimitri is standing with them, and they all have some very concerned, worried looks on their faces.
Okay, now, Father, who has access to the area where the bones are?
Yes.
Well, the tomb itself is located downstairs. The tomb itself is something that was celebrated. It's something everyone that worships here has access to.
I mean, lately, like today. I'd imagine it was there yesterday.
Well,
When was the last time you saw them?
I saw them last just after the morning mass.
I know whenever.
Today.
No, just before the morning mass. I prayed there, and then we had the morning mass, and that was the last time I went downstairs.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I'm sorry. You go ahead, Matt. What'd you say?
So earlier today.
Yes, earlier today. Yes, that's right.
And I was just, Texacodal is just going to look down and just say, I know I'm going to regret this, but show us the crypt.
Sure. Please come this way. So he leads you all to the main altar area. You can see a ornate stone staircase that leads down into the basement. You can see that the basement is set up kind of as a formal crypt or tomb for several people. You can see there's several ornate-looking tombs. In the center, up on a raised dais, is the tomb of Saint Andral, and you can see it etched in the stone. And sure enough, you can see the lid is slightly askew. It looks like the lid has been pushed to the side, ever so slightly.
Well, of course.
The area is well lit. There's candles lit everywhere in the area. There's large ornate iron, I don't know if I want to call them candelabras, but large hanging candle ornaments that seem to be hanging from the ceiling, and all of them are lit.
Did the priest come back with us?
Yes, the priest is there. Ismark, Irina, and the young boy Dimitri are upstairs still.
I asked the priest if he is positive those bones didn't just get together and walk off on their own.
He kind of looks at you and he says, "Oh no. That
Strange things like that seem to happen around here."
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it'll be happening tonight, but just not to those bones.
He says, "Oh no. Saint Andral was a savior. He was one of the considered revered among the church. He saved the town of Valaki once long ago. They couldn't have been animated. No, I can't believe that."
I'm going to go ahead and search the area of the crypt using my, I'm a ranger. This is what I do.
Okay, so are you using? Are you looking for tracks? Is that what you're?
Yeah, looking for tracks, looking for any signs of infiltration or removal. So I guess I would fall under survival.
Looks like David has joined us. Hi, David. Okay. So if it's a survival roll, I think this is where I keep getting things confused. Survival roll, I think I roll. Is that right?
Survival is not you. Survival is them.
All right. Survival roll is you. You're a survival roll then.
All right.
I am going to use my divine senses, by the way.
Okay. 1 second. Let me resolve this roll.
$23.
Very good. This area has a lot of traffic in it. It's a stone floor from hewn stone, and it looks like it is well kept or well maintained as far as somebody comes down here and sweeps it regularly. So unfortunately, you do see some tracks. There are tracks that have been left. You can see telltale marks of muddy boot prints and what have you. But there's nothing here that would give you an indicator of a clear trail of somebody walking up and grabbing the bones and then walking away. You don't see anything here that would say, "Hey, this is the person." However, you're confident the only way in and out of this would have been the staircase. There's just no other way. There are no windows. There's no crawl spaces. There's no draft. There's no other way to get into this area outside of the staircase. It's not possible.
Check it out. See if it looks like something just crawled out of the coffin on its own.
Okay, let me go to Julius real quick. Julius, you said you were using your divine powers, are you?
My divine sense, yeah.
And what are you sensing divinely?
It allows me to. Let me pull it up.
There's undead involved, I know.
I open my awareness to good and evil. For 1 turn, I know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover. Know the type of being sensed, but not its identity. Also detect presence of any consecrated or desecrated place or object. Doesn't say how far, but I'm guessing probably 60 feet.
Okay.
So first question is, has this place been desecrated?
Desecrated would mean the taint of evil, right?
Yeah, so it's consecrated. It was consecrated, presumably.
Yes.
So somebody coming in and taking the bones might make it so it's no longer consecrated.
Correct.
But would not necessarily make it desecrated.
Correct again. This place is not desecrated.
Still consecrated?
No, it is not. You get the lingering sense that at one time this was considered a holy place, but that sense is fading. It is no longer a holy place.
And so the follow-up is, are there any undead dragons or outsiders in the within 60 feet?
Within 60 feet of you? No. You do not sense any undead outsiders or dragons within 60 feet.
Oh, it's not dragons, sorry. It's fiends.
Oh.
So it's just fiends and undead. But whatever.
All right. Strike dragons, put in fiends.
I'd be scared if we found fiend or dragons.
Yeah. So, like,
how many crypts are down here? Sorry for interrupting.
No problem. I'd say about a dozen, roughly.
Yay!
Crypt crawl.
I so do not want to defend this place. Especially with the big graveyard out back.
I'm sorry, Matt. Was there a follow-up on that, or was it just
No, just seeing what
consecration, consecration, and then to find out if it's got it. Okay. Is anyone else doing anything else besides Father Marcus is just standing at the bottom of the staircase, just watching you guys, kind of wringing his hands?
I'm gonna just take a slow walk around at least this area here to see if I can find any secret doors or not. If I can't, then I will, I guess, if there's other crypts connected to this, see who's interested in going for a little crypt run.
Do you by any chance happen to have a map of this building?
Do I have a map of this building? Yes, I do. It follows, for the most part, the same building layout as the one in Barovia. Do you want the upper level or bottom level or both or just the level you're on right now?
Well, probably just the bottom level. I mean, because if that's where the crypts are.
Yep.
Oh no, it's him again. He's back.
No,
Yeah.
no, I didn't. Goodbye.
Okay.
Vampire, chained to the basement.
You guys have an Uncle Fester too.
Yes.
Please.
So yeah, I guess see if there's any kind of way in or out of here other than the stairs.
Yeah. Father, if we don't find those bones soon, I'm not really sure this place is defendable.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you.
He looks a little nervous and he says, "I understand." So the only thing that's missing in this again, the Curse of Strahd said, "Just use Barovia Church; it'll work." This okay, fine. You guys are lazy. So the only thing that's missing is the tombs, and there's 12 of them. I said, and they line the basically they line the walls. If you go all the way around, there's interspersed the walls of the church with the tombs themselves.
Do I have 10 minutes?
Do you have 10 minutes? Sure, you can have 10 minutes.
I'm going to ritualistically detect magic.
Okay, fair enough.
Sounds kinky.
While she is doing that, is anyone doing anything particular in 10 minutes?
Probably just sitting and watching the ritual magic.
Okay.
Just looking around the whole area, making sure there's like no other like holes anywhere or any like hidden things and something else.
Okay. Let me. I think you said you were going to look for secret doors real quick. James, let me just make that roll.
Okay.
You don't see anything here that would be a clear indicator. I mean, these walls, I don't want to say they're solid rock, but if there is, they're hewn stone. I mean, they were, stones set on top of each other. So you don't see any kind of secret door unless it's about a centimeter or two wide.
Gotcha. All right.
So nothing comes, nothing looks obvious, nothing that you can see. So after you cast your spell, Breepine, you start to look around, and there is from a Saint Androl's tomb, there is a glow of magic. Faint glow, but a glow nonetheless.
But like on the tomb itself or coming from inside?
Coming from inside the tomb. You don't see any other auras of magic around besides a faint glow coming from Father Marcus himself. But the main glow seems to be coming from St. Androl's Church.
So I asked Julius if he would come over to the tomb with me. I don't feel safe going over there alone, but there's a magic glow coming from inside.
I'll go.
So I go and carefully peek over. Well, how high is it? Can I peek over?
The tomb it's on a raised dais. A couple steps up leads you to the actual tomb itself. And then the tomb really is just a stone encasement around the actual coffin. So, I don't know, maybe 2 feet, maybe 3 feet. Yeah,
well,
2 or 3 feet.
If I go up there, I should be able to look inside.
If you get up on your tippy toes, you could peer in without any assistance, sure.
See if I can see what's lighting up his magic.
You can see that clearly the body has been disturbed. There is no physical remains, but you do see that there is armor and a mace that still lies within the coffin, and both of them seem to be magical.
Julius.
Yeah.
Mason, that armor is glowing magical.
Really?
Yeah. I guess we can't really just go around taking people's magic mason armor when the priest is watching. But
Or at all?
Right. Or at all.
No.
I call over to the priest and say, were there special properties to the armor in here and the mace in here?
I do not know much about the armor or weapons of Saint Andral. I just know that he used them in battle and was able to vanquish his foes using them. They were known to be exceptionally good as far as weapons and armor go, but I don't know much more than that.
Well, they seem to be magic. Do you know what battle was he fighting in?
It was the battle. It was the war. Well, he kind of looks around and he said it was the war that Strahd had caused. He had waged a war, and there was the Battle of Valaki, and Saint Andral had helped defend the town.
Hmm. Hmm.
Mm.
Why do you suppose if the bones got up and walked out of here, they didn't take their special armor with them?
Thought we determined that they didn't just get up and walk out.
Just let her go with it. Just let her go with it.
I determined they did, though. In my mind.
You made an assumption.
Yes.
I do not know. That is a good question. Why someone would take the bones but not take the armor and weapons?
Oh.
Unless all they cared about getting rid of was the protection of the church.
Julius, can you tell, or Mr. Priest, can you tell? I can see that there's magic on these, but is there any kind of holy aura to them?
I think that when I did my divine sense, I would have sensed that, but
Maybe.
Mike, I'm going to try and sense them.
To try and figure out a aura on them?
To figure out if they're holy or not.
Oh, okay. Of course. Sure, go for it.
Okay, I do.
There is no holy. No, they do not have a holy aura about them.
They are not holy.
They're in pristine condition.
Exactly. No holes.
Well, Mr. Priestman. What was his name again? Cadmus?
Father Marcus.
Marcus.
Yes.
I was wondering, would it be okay if we borrowed this armor and weapon to try and stop the defilers who have besmirched your church's name by letting the bones walk out of here?
Oh dear. Well, Saint Andral is a saint.
Yeah.
He's regarded as one of the holiest people. I don't know how I'd feel about people donning his armor and using his weapons.
Maybe we would be able to use them to make a beacon that would, maybe there's a connection with his bones. And by putting it on, we could sense where his bones have gone.
Oh my. Well, I don't know about that. I'll have to pray about it and see. Maybe perhaps I'll get something from the Morning Lord or from Saint Andral himself.
Yes. As you pray, remember to pray and think upon the fact that you called us out of our safe tavern to come here and help you.
I don't have more hands to face prom with. Somebody please shut her up.
What? I'm trying to be helpful.
I know you're trying to be something. Helpful is definitely not what it is, but yeah.
Yeah, but then they come your version of helpful.
So at this point, you can see the young boy, Dimitri, comes down to a little bit down the staircase and says, Father, I heard a noise up on the roof, like a scratching.
Of course you did.
All right. Let's go check it out. And I think at that point, it's a good time to take our break, because I have a feeling that we're going to be doing some figuring out what the scratching is, or being beat up by what the scratching is. So
Yes, perfect, James. You read my mind. We will stop here with the sound of scratching on the roof. We're going to take what, a 10-minute break, James?
Yep, 10 minutes or so, and then we'll be back.
Enjoy the intermission, folks.
Okay.
Intermission time. Time that stretch you've been wanting. And best of all, time to take your pick. Intermission time. Time that stretch you've been wanting. And best of all, time to take your pick from that scrumptious array of tasty treats waiting for you at the snack bar, where the popcorn's poppin', the cold drinks are sparkling, the hot dogs are sling, the coffee is steaming, and a luscious treasure of confectionery delights with ice cream and candy, and so much more to tempt any taste, is waiting for you now at the snack bar. You'll be notified in plenty of time when the next show is about to begin.
You know, I think it's kind of hot to be wearing these scarves in here.
Well, the scarves are must. You can't go caroling without a scarf. Catch your death.
Man, you were like one of those kids I remember in high school that used to sell the most candy bars for the marching band.
Yeah, and you'd be president of the swing choir, too.
Definitely.
Thanks, Joe Robinson. Thanks, Tom Servo.
What a kiss up this guy.
Okay, now, if you'll all look at your sheet music, we can rehearse my new song.
You wrote a Christmas song?
Hey, there's no tradition like a new tradition.
Wait a minute, let's have a Patrick Swayze Christmas?
Yeah, based on my favorite movie, Roadhouse.
Come on, what the heck does Patrick Swayze have to do with Christmas?
Hey, you keep Christmas in your way and let me keep it in mine, okay?
Come on, sir. It seems like a nice enough sentiment. We can give it a shot. Come on.
All right, okay. 12/8 time, key of A flat major.
Oh, good.
Cambot, shoot him the tune. Okay, you'll just have to stay with me, everybody, okay? Your parts are written out. Let's have a Patrick Swayze Christmas by Crow T. Robot.
Paul, let's have a Patrick Swayze Christmas?
Right. Hit it, Cambot.
Oh, I start. I get it.
I'm sorry.
Okay, pick it up. Open up your heart and let the Patrick Swayze Christmas in.
We'll gather at the Roadhouse with our next of kin.
And Santa can be our regular Saturday night thing.
We'll decorate a bar stool and gather round and sing. Oh, let's have a Patrick Swayze Christmas this year.
Or we'll tear your throat out and kick you in the ear.
Hold it a second, Cambot, stop it. Crow, I don't know if I think this is an appropriate sentiment anymore for Christmas.
Hey, what, like a good action sequence don't belong at Christmas?
Well, no, it's just that I've never heard of an action sequence in a Christmas Carol before.
Well, then grab hold of your socks and read on, Joe Robinson.
Okay, pick it up from measure 20, Cambot. Lovely intro, though. Very tasteful.
Thank you.
I like that. It's my way or the highway this Christmas at my bar.
I'll have to smash your kneecaps if you bastards touch my car.
I got the word that Santa has been stealing from the till.
I think that right jolly old elf better make out his will. Oh, let's have a Patrick Swayze Christmas one and all. And this can be the haziest. This can be the laziest. This can be the swaziest Christmas of them all. La 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 la.
How long before it becomes a standard?
I think you got to come with me. Come on.
We'll be right back. Save a leg for me.
Our crazy world, a jungle. Throbbing and pulsating with love in its infinite varieties. For the first time on the screen, the probing eyes of hidden cameras expose the shocking extremes of man's insatiable hungers as Mondo Belordo takes you off the beaten path where the guided tours never go. With Boris of Life in the Raw in Mondo Belordo.
This is Boris Karloff. It's so different you won't believe it even after you've seen it.
On the wide screen, in color.
Hollywood High. Hey, man, let me tell you about this cool school. Hollywood High, where summer vacation lasts all year long, where you find the grooviest beach bars in the West, where you find the one and only friendly Finzi. Hey!
All right, cool it.
Not you, you stay after class.
Come on, catch our act, Mac, at Hollywood High.
Crown International Pictures presents The Pom Pom Girls. The Pom Pom Girls.
Let's settle!
Rated R.
Prison as a place of punishment.
Cage, heat. Enter the female jungle of women's prison, USA. A seething hell of steel and stone where bodies behind bars ache with hunger for a man. Any man. Where daughters of crime are driven to violence by white-hot desire.
You're in a house of desperate women here. And a long, long way from home.
Breaking out of here.
Caged, heat. Ripped by prison pigs. Torn by penal passion.
You can't lose me.
Caged longing, caged desires, caged heat. In color, rated R.
Angels from Hell versus the cops. Angels from Hell, more terror than ever before. Mike, he's a psycho. A chick, he takes. A town, he terrorizes.
We won't have 500 bites, we'll have 1,000.
Angels from in color.
They made a robot of steel to challenge the mighty King Kong. The King Kong battle the Kong of Steel. Challenge a copter squadron. Defy an army of tanks. Fight primordial monsters. An all-new adventure. King Kong escapes. Thrilling in Technicolor.
It's Predator.
Are we trapped up here in space?
War between the planets.
I want to fight it with my bare hands.
Pull out! Unbelievable. Fantastic. Unknown planet heading for collision with Earth. War between the planets. Rated G.
Science creates a man beyond bionics, powers him with nuclear energy, equips him with thunderbolt fists, and sends him on a mind-bending adventure in a motion picture that will stagger your imagination. Inframan. So spectacular you won't believe your eyes. Inframan.
And we are back. Oops, let me get back to the standard view here. So, anyway, that was...
interesting choices for the intermission.
One of the comments from our viewers was, and I quote, "Well, this is different."
Well, you know, we started with Patrick Swayze Christmas and went all the way to KHT.
Yeah, he literally just joined in while we were in intermission, so.
Oh. I can't imagine why he wouldn't be confused.
Well, it's all in good fun. I mean, every week I try to pull some sort of Grindhouse trailer out of the air, and I don't know, maybe Cage Teat was not the direction, but hey, there was a rated G one right after it, so it's a balance.
This streamer, because when you would do the intermission on the other one, it auto muted us. But
yeah, we weren't muted.
It doesn't auto mute us. You got to make sure to hand mute your.
Yeah. D&D isn't what it used to be, apparently. All right.
I don't know how to comment in this chat.
Yeah, I don't think you can. I think you can just see what people say.
Yeah, but anyway, tried not to be too offensive, but we're back to family fun.
Family-ish.
Family-ish fun. And with that said, oops, wait, where's... We're back to staring at Matt for another 2 hours. There we go. That's what I'm looking for.
All right. So when we left off, the young Dimitri had run downstairs and said that he heard a scratching noise. So what do you guys do?
I say maybe it's just bats in the belfry.
Get everybody else down here.
Yeah.
We'll go up and check and see whatever.
Okay. All right. So you're going to ask for everyone to come downstairs, and you guys are going to go upstairs and check it out?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Of course we will. That's part of our job.
Yeah, we do the stupid stuff.
All right. Let me prep a map. Okay, so there's a new map here. Let me see if I can. Oh wait, no, that's James. James has to make it come into view, I think.
Well, unless you just do it from your. Well,
Oh no, you can't control it from my end. Although I think this allows us to allow Mike to share his screen too, but we'll work on that next time. Do you need more? Do you need more map, Mike?
No, that looks good. That looks good.
Okay.
I think it's probably better if we can't see the GM view.
So you guys go ahead and put yourselves wherever you want in the room. I just kind of threw your tokens in the center of the room. You guys can put them wherever you'd like.
Oh, this is not what I thought it was. Okay.
What did you think?
I thought we were downstairs.
Well, someone just said you guys come downstairs, and I thought everyone was going to run upstairs to investigate. Did I
we're
miss
finding out. We're finding out what's clawing at the roof.
Oh, I was
stupidly.
saying that downstairs is the most defensible place, so that's where I was planning on going.
Okay.
You could stay down with the ladies.
Yeah.
All right.
I have to protect people.
So Julius, you're not up here. You're downstairs.
Apparently.
All right, brave Sir Robin.
Yes.
Weird.
Smart Sir Robin in the defensible room instead of where I can get ganged up on by from every side.
All righty. So then
We're just seeing what's going on.
Get your asses to the chopper.
So you're downstairs. Okay, you guys come upstairs and you definitely hear what sounds like something up on the roof, and it sounds like it's more than a bat. So it looks like Tezzacotl has run over to the door.
Yeah.
It looks like Reginald, you've joined him. Brepine, you are in a corner and have turned yourself blue. Is that right?
It's just the only reason it's blue is because it sometimes gets hard to see myself because I'm so little.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's just a hi, I'm over here.
That is a highlight. Got it. All right. So, are you guys doing anything in particular besides running over to the door? You don't hear anything at the front door.
I'm probably going to pace back and forth, just kind of to see if I hear the scratching, because if I can find a location where it might come down through the roof.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mike, where are the stairs?
That's what I was just wondering.
Well, if it's like the other temple, then they're over here.
Yeah, you have to go through this toilet.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So, you know what? Go ahead and put me in the toilet then, because that's where I'll be at the top of the stairs, making sure nobody goes down who isn't supposed to.
There we go. Oh, dear.
I'm sorry, you have to go to the bathroom? What's the password?
Yeah, so the staircase, not the toilet, is somewhere in that general area. Right. So there, you guys are all listening and waiting, and then you hear a very loud crash from the other room.
Uh-oh.
The other room, meaning the room that Brepine is in.
Oh.
Hey, no.
That's not the other room to me. That's the room to me.
The room.
Uh-oh. And I yell, ah! Help! 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 This way!
All right. I yell out, poop or get off the pot, Paladin.
Awesome. Good. Good. There we go. So, as you guys are sitting and waiting, suddenly all of the stained glass windows explode inward. Shards of glass go flying everywhere. You can see these huge demonic creatures come charging through the windows. Let me see. Is it Control Z? Is that how I get a picture on the thingy?
Yeah, click on it and Control Z.
Let's see if I did it. No, I did not. I'm using D&D Beyond. Is that the right one?
Just
No, I think you got to use the.
You got to be on.
Roll 20.
That worked to do your VTT, but
There we go.
the
So-
Control Z, the Shift Z1 is when you're on roll 20.
Got it.
Hey, James.
Yeah.
Can you turn your mic down just a touch? Apparently, you're loud and distorted.
Who's saying he's loud and distorted?
No, he's
devious.
I'm just going to mute myself because I've been having problems with this microphone. I'll unplug and plug in again.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so there is a resounding crash. These creatures look like miniature demons. They have large bat-like wings, horns on their heads. You can see that their fingers and toes end in talons. Their skin seems to be a grayish, stony color. They don't look like they're made of flesh at all.
The room that I'm in, Mike.
Yes.
Is it an actual room?
It is an actual room.
With the one door?
With the one door.
And no windows?
There are no windows.
Good. I'll stand right here then.
How am I now?
You were always fine with me, but ask somebody else.
Sounds same to me, kind of blown out.
All right, give me one.
He says that it sounds fine when you're holding it farther from your mouth.
Okay, I'll do it like this. I'm going to try one more audio thing, too.
Okay.
I don't even see where you're getting these texts from. Where are these coming through?
Facebook. Fine, get your butt back here.
Oh, he's in Facebook. Okay, that's why. All right. So I'm going to bring up the turn counter in a second, and everyone can roll their initiative.
Yay.
James, he says that's good right there.
Okay, awesome.
Hang on 1 second. I'm going to clear the list. Okay, you guys should be able to start clicking and start. Reginald on 19. There we go.
Jesus. My initiative always sucks.
Mine does too.
Creature number 1. That's a terrible roll.
Why don't you just run them all at the same time? Then you don't have to worry about which one's which. I mean, you can re-roll it if you want, but
I could do that.
You could.
Or I can make things difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And since this is Mike, he's going to make it difficult.
That sounds like he's in some weird echo chamber.
I do?
Like you've got this weird reverb after your voice.
Really?
Reverb.
How about now?
No, not now.
Okay. Apparently it was the heater next to me then.
Ooh, heater.
All right. That's everybody. So, Reginald, you get to go first. You hear a loud, thunderous crash as several windows break at once, and you hear Bree Pine yell out. What did you yell out, Bree Pine?
Ah!
Okay, good. Yeah, that's what I thought you said. Okay. So is your action. What do you do?
Oh.
That's a little loud.
Here. It's not that bad. The range on the slide.
So Mike, how big are these things?
They are roughly about between 5 and 6 feet tall.
Okay.
So they're like
bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
What's that?
Bigger than we thought. The way you described them, it sounded like they were smaller.
Oh.
Look for this thing. That's not what I wanted. I wanted just far enough away. Okay. I'll fire my sling at this guy over here. guy over here.
Okay. Well, was that an 8?
That is an 11.
An 11.
Total. Probably
11.
misses.
That will be a miss.
Repine, get your butt back here.
Okay, so this one, right in front of Brepine, is attacking Brepine. He is got a multi-attack. He makes 2 attacks, one with his bite and one with his claws. So the first one is the claw. And he will attempt to claw you with an armor class of 10. No good, right? Armor class 10?
Yeah.
Next comes the bite.
I have armor class 10. If he rolled a 10, he hits me.
Then he does 4 points of slashing damage.
Damn.
His bite misses with a 5.
Phew.
And that would be the end of his turn. Let me see if he does anything else. No, that's it. That's his thing. Okay. Next is the next gargoyle. Where is he? Whoops. Darn it. It's not like you guys didn't know. So he flies across the room.
Ouch.
Lands here, and he is going to claw and bite you, Reginald.
Huzzah.
Versus the bitey bite. He gets a 8. That misses, I assume. Yeah?
Damn straight.
All right. Claw. Ooh, 22 on the claw. Youch! That is for 6 slashing damage on you.
Yay.
Tezzacotl, it is your turn.
All right.
Sorry to interrupt, but I forgot I have a +5 on initiative now.
Okay. Did you add that to your initiative roll?
No, that's why I'm telling you.
Well, thank you for letting me know that now. I will manually change your initiative.
Yes,
So
yes.
that would be 11, correct?
I believe so, yes.
6 plus 5? Last time I
Yes.
checked was 11?
Yes.
Okay. So Tezzacotl, why don't you take your turn, and then Julius, you go right after him.
Okay, so I run up. I will go ahead and actually, you know what? I'll move here, and I'm going to bonus action and cast Hunter's Mark on the gargoyle.
Well, you think they're gargoyles. No. Which one?
Okay. This one here.
Okay. Sorry. Just
Slick, Mike. Real slick.
little GM humor there. All right. It is marked with your hunter's mark.
Okay, awesome. And then I'm going to beat it up with a giant stick.
Go for it.
Well, I'm going to hit it with my spear.
Oh, well, all right. That works too.
All right, so that is going to be a 14 to hit.
14, unfortunately, will miss.
All right,
Bounces
so
off his stony hide.
all right, is non-gargoyle-y stony hide.
Yes, yes. Very true.
It's gargoyle-esque.
Esque. I like that.
That's your only attack this round?
Yeah, because I used my bonus action to do my my hunter's mark, so I don't get that bonus action for the second jab.
Right. Okay, Julius, it is now your turn.
Okay, so I step forward a little bit, and I'm going to cast,
Cast,
Searing Smite.
Searing Smite.
So my, I'm going to cast it on my, my maul, and it's going to burst into flames.
Okie doke. Tezzacotl, are you wounded right now? You're not at full health?
Yeah, I'm not at full health because we really haven't rested since the last time I took damage.
Oh, yeah. Whoops. Okay. Good to know. So Searing Smite on your maul and go.
Yeah, well, that takes my turn.
Oh, all right. And go next round.
Right.
Okay, that will take us to Breepine. Breepine, this creature is now standing on the pew, hovering over you, and it looks like it's getting ready to attack you again.
It smells like cheese.
It smells like cheese. All right.
Why isn't this not turning around? So I'm gonna, yeah, now it'll turn around. So yeah, I'm gonna shoot a cone out of me fingertips. The frost fingers.
Okay.
Okay, so those three can make me DC
14.
14 con saves.
Okay. The first one closest to you. Rolls. What did he roll? A 13. He misses.
Can't make it.
The one that's furthest away and in the left corner there, he rolls and gets an 8. He also fails. Last and not least is the other one in the right corner. Yep. And he rolls and he gets 10. He also fails.
Nice.
So I'll take 18 cold damage.
Nice. So this cold, what is the spell?
Frost fingers.
Frost fingers.
It's like a cone of cold.
I was going to say, it sounds like a cone of cold. So this cone of misty white vapor comes out, and as it strikes them, you can see ice beginning to form over their limbs. 18 points, right?
Each one.
Does it spray like a fire extinguisher?
Yeah, I imagine it would.
Freezing cold blast comes from your fingertips in a 15-foot cone.
That would be a yes.
Do you have to do like spirit fingers to get it to work? Like,
I'm going to take an attack of opportunity. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So that guy that I just hit gets an attack of opportunity on me.
So he only he has a multi-attack, but he only gets to attack either with his claws or his bite. All right. He I don't know. He'll use his claws. I roll a 6 to hit you.
You do not hit me.
So as you step away from him, he swipes at you, but it looks like the cold has literally frozen up his limbs, and you can see that his strike through is not fluid at all. All right, and then the next one is this one, who also takes flight. Flies 10, 20, 30, lands here, and Tezzacotl, you are the unfortunate victim. He's going to claw and bite you. First comes the claws. He rolls a 1. He drops his claws on the ground. I'm kidding, of course. I'm kidding. He does not drop his claws. He tries to bite you, though. He rolls a 17. I'm afraid
that will bite me.
Yeah, that's too bad. 8 points of piercing damage as these stone teeth sink deep into your shoulder.
Ouch.
Ouch indeed. All right, that'll take us to this guy over in the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 35, 40. He's going to stop there. And unfortunately, Tezzacotl, he's going to attack you too. That's a no good. He's going to do some claws.
That's a spicy meatball.
Yeah, I know, right?
Taz, I've never seen a man take a 3-man beating like that.
Ouch. He hits with claws a 16. Does that hit?
That'll hit.
Another 4 points of damage. And the bitey bite. Here we go. This is the ouchie. Oh, he gets a 6. Sorry, he gets a 6. He misses.
Awesome.
All right. It leaves us with one left in this corner. 10, 20, 30, 40. 50. Put him there.
That's odd.
Yeah, yeah, kind of an odd flying pattern, but you know. Right. So he is going to strike randomly. D6 of death. Reginald, he is going to attack you.
Yay!
First come the claws. He rolls a 19 to hit.
Yay!
That is 8 points of slashing damage with the claws. And then comes the bite. The bite is, ooh, ouch. The bite is a 22 to hit with another 6 points of slashing.
Oh.
Ouch, ouch.
Piercing.
Piercing damage. Sorry, piercing.
Sorry.
All right, and that is the end of the round. Round 2.
Real quick, that skull on that one in between the two of them.
That is the hunter's mark that
Gotcha.
that just to keep track of it for me, because if we don't, they all dance around and I forget which one has the hunter's mark.
Understood.
All right, so Reginald, you start the top of the round. What do you do? How many hit points do you have left there, sir?
Not enough.
I'm not great. I'm good. I'm going to withdraw and move over here now.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. That leaves us with this guy over in the corner. 10, 20, 30. Oh, and there's the bottleneck, so...
That's what we like seeing.
Oh, no. Taz! Get out of there! Trying to see if he had another viable target, but no. No, I'm afraid not. Okay, Tezzacotl, here it comes. First comes the claws. Another one swoops in. Armor class 13. That is a miss. Armor class 13 is a miss.
15 will hit. I'm just 15.
No. I'm sorry. 13. I don't know.
Okay.
Is the music too loud?
No. I'm sorry.
You didn't hear me. Okay, that's fine. All right. So the claws miss. Let us do the bite. Ah, you got lucky. The bite is a 5, so I know that misses. So you see another one swoop in from the corner and land behind you, but you definitely avoid its blows. Next is this guy who's in the center. He is going to take a 5-foot step. 10-foot step. And then he's going to attempt to attack you, Julius.
He opens up an attack of opportunity.
Oh, he does. Yeah. All right. So those who can take it, go ahead and take your attack of opportunity on him.
I'll be happy to.
They seem rather mindless. He doesn't seem like he, either he's unaware of it, maybe battle lust, or he just doesn't care. But yeah, he just kind of marches on down the hallway.
And that'll miss.
Okay. All right. So, Julius, he is going to attack you first with the bite.
Nom nom.
You get 22.
Mm.
22.
That'll miss.
What?
No, that'll hit. That'll hit.
7 points of piercing damage, and then he follows it up with his claws. Claws. Ouch. 23 to hit. Another 6 points of slashing damage.
So 7 and 6?
Yes. These gargoyle-like creatures mean business.
Apparently.
All right, that's the end of him. Tezzacotl, it is your turn.
All right. Well, darn. The one who has my hunter's mark is far away, and I can't run up, so I guess I'm going to have to turn.
Can't you just drop your weapon and pull your bow?
Yeah, but I can't shoot when I'm in melee range of anybody. I'll be at disadvantage.
Be a disadvantage. But...
Yeah. No, it does. I mean, the extra D6 of damage doesn't...
That's okay. He'll be dead soon, and then you can switch your mark.
Yeah, or I'll be dead soon, and, you know...
Tomato, tomato, you know?
I'll attack
Well,
the
either
one.
way, it won't be a problem soon.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
I'll attack the one behind me.
Okay.
So first attack is going to be a 12, which is going to miss.
Yes, unfortunately that misses.
And the secondary attack is going to be an 18.
I'm sorry, say again?
18.
18 will hit. That is a hit, sir.
I dagger him for 6 points of damage.
6 points on which guy? The guy behind, you said behind you, right?
Yeah, this guy over here.
All right. He was already wounded by Breepine's spell, but you noticed that your weapon does not seem to penetrate his thick, stony hide as much as you'd like to. He has resistance, so he takes only half of that damage.
Gotcha.
I assume your weapon is not magical, yes? Yes. Yes. Okay, so after Tezzacotl, Julius, you're up.
All right. 23 hit?
Oh, yeah. That is a solid hit.
All right.
With your maul, right?
Yes, and I'm also going to use Divine Smite. So that begins with 9. Hang on. I get... so I get 2d8 plus my spell, which is another d6 fire. So 2d8 plus d6. Hold on. So that is a total of 27 points of damage.
Wow. So you bring your maul high over your head and you slam it down and strike the creature squarely in the chest. There's a blinding flash as the radiance of your spell comes in contact with the creature itself. There is a sound of steel on stone, almost a crack, and you can see the creature stumbles back, takes a step back, and you can see large cracks have appeared all over its skin. It's still standing, but you can see that large cracks and fissures have developed all over it. It does not look very well off.
Damn it! It was supposed to go down. Oh well.
What was the total?
27?
Yeah. Not quite, but still a very admirable hit.
It's gonna be the vampire all over again. Except there's 5 of them.
All right. All right. Next is after Julius is Briefine.
Lame. But still, those guys gotta make me. I could not have rolled any worse, but DC 14 con save.
DC 14, those 3 guys. All right. So let's start with the guy right in front of you. He rolls and gets a 16. He makes it this time.
Yep. And he'll take 1 damage.
1 point of damage?
Yeah.
All right. There he is. I believe he is the one that you already hit once before with the spell. So 1 point. Got it. All right. So the next guy is the guy directly behind him. And he also has been hit by the spell once before.
Mm-hmm.
So his con roll, he rolls a 15.
He takes 1 point of damage.
He also takes, looks like they got smart. And then the last guy is the guy over there.
I hit friendly characters.
What's that?
That spell hit friendly characters?
No. Well, besides, I've got sculpt spells. So it would avoid Tez anyway.
I was gonna rule it that Tez was not in the zone, but yeah, we're good either way. All right, so last guy, he's making his con roll.
The cone with X, yeah, just like that. Yeah.
Okay, he fails. The last guy over in the corner there.
Okay, that kind of worries me.
So he takes 3.
He takes 3 points of damage.
That was so bad.
Okay. Right. Next is after Briepine, it is time for the stony gargoyle-like creatures to attack. Boy. James, you're in trouble. This guy has no reason to move. He's just going to turn and claw and bite you.
Yep.
All right, first comes the claws. Swing and a miss. That's a 5. Then comes the bite. He gets a 10. That also misses. Next guy is this guy is only going to take a 5-foot step, and then he is also going to he's going to participate in the 3-man beating. First the claws. 20 for 8 points. And then the bite.
Yeah, we're definitely changing your name to Homer.
The bite misses.
Okay.
Last guy. Briepine, you have one guy right in front of you who is going to attack you. First come the claws. He rolls an 11.
Hit.
That'll be 5 points of damage.
Ow.
And then the bite. He rolls a 7. That misses.
Not hit.
All right. And that is the end of the round. That takes us back to Reginald again. Reginald gets
Greg?
Are you there, Greg? Are you thinking deeply?
Oh, I'm the.
What's that?
Is he freezing up again?
Greg, are you freezing up, or are you just in?
Am I the one freezing?
It's your turn.
Oh, I'm the one freezing. I thought everybody else had a big lag spike.
Nope.
Nope. That'd be you.
Is Tez still up?
Yes, he is. Tezcatlipoca is still standing, but he's not up by much. You can see that he has got claw and bite marks all over him. He is making a brave effort, though. But yeah, you don't think he's long for this world.
I will ready in action to cast Healing Word on him the minute he drops.
Okie dokie.
And I'll yell at him to get his ass over here.
Okay. It's a little too late for that. The guy that's right next to him, one of the gargoyle-like creatures attacks.
Get your eyes to Mars.
First comes the claw, Tez.
If you came over there, you'd get 4 attacks of opportunity.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, he's really kind of stuck. 21. Does a 21 hit?
Oh, yeah.
4 more points of damage.
And I'm down.
And he is clawed. You say, Taz, back up. And then he gets clawed, and you see him start to fall over. So, Reginald, are you going to cast your spell?
Here we go. Wait a second, what happened to my thingy?
Ocho.
8 points. All right. I'm still down, so.
Okay, so you're still on the ground? Well, yeah, technically.
Yeah.
Still be on the ground. All right.
Wait a second. Did I... Oh, no, that's not the right roll.
Uh-oh.
That's
Should
not the right roll?
Yeah, because he fell down. He's fallen, which means it should be max. 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 3 is 8 plus 3, 11.
All right, yay.
You got 11 points, but you're still on the ground, right?
Yeah.
But he's still on the ground.
Right. Okay, so next up is the creature on Julius, who is going to attack.
He's fallen and he can't get up.
Exactly.
Come at me, bro. I shouldn't say that after last time.
First come the claws, he gets a 7.
He missed.
Then he tries to bite.
Like this.
It's a 7.
You miss.
Tezcatlipoca, it is your turn. As you drop to the ground, the creature had a bite attack on you, but when you fell to the ground, the creature stopped attacking you, obviously.
All right, then I half moved to get to my... Huh?
Stay down. Play dead.
Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to... oh my god, what do they call that? Retreat? No, it's not retreat. It's disengage, yeah.
You're going to use a disengage action?
Yep.
You have to leave the country.
Yep, there you go. I'm in another state now.
All right. Tezcatlipoca has disengaged. A wise choice. That takes us to Julius.
That'd be me.
It would be you.
I'm going to have to finish this guy off now.
Better finish this guy off now.
After 20.
Nice. All right.
All right. So first off, I get to re-roll 1s and 2s, and there's a 1 in there. So
okay.
Hang on. Let me roll a d6. All right, so 3. So that's 29, 30. Plus I got the fire damage. So that's another 36 points of damage.
Okay. Wow. So the creature takes a step forward. You swing your maul once more high over your head and slam it down squarely on its head. the entire creature briefly glows, and then with a pop and a crack, the entire creature explodes into tiny rock fragments that scatter all over the hallway. The creature is no more. You literally pulverized it to dust, and it collapses, and little chunks of rock and gravel clatter across the floor as your blow cleanly disintegrates him. He is no more.
Most excellent.
All right, so we will take him. Your hunter's mark, James, is removed from that guy because he's gone. He's no more.
I believe as soon as that one goes down, I can move it to another one.
Yes, that was kind of what I was hinting at.
I'm sorry. What?
Didn't it go out? Didn't it end when you went down?
Oh, that is true.
That is true. Yep.
All right.
So either way, your hunter's mark is
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was Julius. That takes us to Breepine. It is your turn again.
So I'm gonna cast again my cone at 2nd level.
Okay. They all need those 3 again need to make rolls.
Yep.
All right. You sound like this isn't going to go
much better damage the first time.
Oh, okay. First guy got a 13. That fails?
Fails, so he takes 8.
All right. So this guy there takes 8. Which one is he? No. This guy takes 8. Got it. Next guy makes a con save. He's rolling. He fails.
Takes 8.
He also takes 8, which is the guy directly behind him. Okay. Still standing. And lastest but not leastest is this guy, number 18. Let's go ahead and do his con roll. And he also fails. So he takes 8 as well.
8. Do they at least look hurt?
Oh, yeah, they do. They do. Definitely look hurt. Especially this, the guy in the back there definitely looks very hurt. Yep, him.
Okay.
All right. So this guy is going to fly down here. And, whoops, he stopped short. He's going to fly down here. He's attacking you, Julius.
Oh.
He's got some claws for you. He gets a natural 20. Good Lord.
Of course he does.
He gets 6 points of damage, which is terrible for a crit, but there you go.
Works for me.
Yeah, I was going to say that worked out for you. Bite is next. And he rolls a 19 on the bite. I know, right? That's another 8 piercing.
Ouch.
Okay.
Your tank's getting the shit kicked out of himself.
Yeah, these guys are no joke. He's going to fly down to here. Unfortunately, Breepine, you're the only target I see there. Let me make sure. Yeah, you're the only target. Well, he could actually fly past you, but he wouldn't do that. He would just stop and attack you. So here we go. Claws on you. Ouch. That's 8 points of slashing. And a bite on you. And that is, that's a 20, not a natural. And that's another 6 points. Eek. Right. And then last is this guy who's going to attack you as well. Wait. Bite. He rolls a 1. He drops his teeth. And he rolls a 19. That is 6 points of slashing. Are you still standing, Breepine?
6 damage. I'm just barely up.
Okay. Fantastic. Reginald, it is now your turn, round 4.
Oh, my turn. I'm sorry.
No, the other Reginald.
The other Reginald.
Let's see. Can I take one of them? Which I can do. Go after the closest guy. DC 13 deck save on this guy right here.
DC.
The guy on Julius.
Guy on Julius, deck save. He rolls and gets... he gets a 14. He makes his deck save.
Okie dokie.
All right. So this guy cannot attack this round. He flies to there. So Tezzacotl, is your turn.
All right, so I am going to, I believe it's hit one bonus action. So I'm going to cast Ensnaring Strike, and hopefully I won't miss. So let me burn that. So basically I'm dropping my, as my movement action, I'm dropping my melee weapons, grabbing my bow, and doing a shot.
Okay.
So hopefully this works, because then that way I'll be able to ensnare him. So let's see here. So anyway, bow. And then it's going to be a 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
All right, awesome. So this was done with Ensnaring Strike. So next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack before the spell ends, a writhing mass of thorny vines appears at the point of impact, and the target must succeed a strength saving throw or be restrained by the magical vines until the spell ends.
Okay. Which one were you attacking?
The one actually on Julius.
Okay. So he is ensnared. Is that right?
Yep, he basically has the restrained. What do they call those things again? The restrained condition on him.
Yes, the restrained condition. Okay.
Yep.
So does that affect his movement and his attack, or just?
So restrained is. Give me one sec. You take 9 points of damage. And at the beginning of each of its turns, he's going to take an additional d6 from the vines on the strike. But restrained.
Restrained creature's speed becomes 0. It cannot benefit from any bonus to its speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage.
Okay, cool.
Ooh.
The creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws as well. All right.
Could have used that last turn.
And how much damage again? I'm
It
sorry.
was 9.
It was 9 points. All right.
It's not magical, so whatever,
Okay, so it's not magical, so he gets resistance on it.
So apparently English has become everyone's second language today.
Yeah, right.
We can't remember words.
Too much chocolate, too much eggnog. I don't know.
Detail English, that's impossible.
Exactly.
Julius, it is your go.
It is my go. And now that he's restrained, I'm going to move over here, and I'm going to smack that guy.
All right, go for it.
No. I suppose a 12 misses, huh?
Yeah, unfortunately, 12 will miss.
See, that if you would hit the restrained guy, you would have had advantage.
Yeah.
All right, Breepine, you're up.
Out of these guys around me, who looks the most hurt?
Who looks the most hurt? He looks the most hurt out of everybody.
He who.
Oh, I'm sorry. when I hover over them, I forget that you guys don't see that. Sorry, my bad. Hang on one second. Hang on. See if I can do this. That guy.
Ooh.
This one?
He is the most hurt. Correct.
All right. So I shoot at for 4 damage.
Pew, pew, pew.
He's still up.
Yes, he is.
Second missile.
Pew, pew, pew.
3 more damage.
3 more damage. That would be enough. Your second missile strikes him, and large cracks form, and suddenly he just collapses into large pieces onto the ground.
And then between this guy and this guy, who looks the most hurt?
Between this guy and this guy, let's see.
Considering the guy at the top, only you can attack.
I'm sorry. Let's see. The guy at the top actually is the most hurt out of all of them. Out of the 3 guys remaining. Well, out of the 2 guys you pointed at.
So this guy gets 4 more damages.
4 more damages.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He looks pretty badly banged up. All right. But he's still standing, unfortunately. All right. So next is this guy who is restrained.
Yep, he gets to take a D6 worth of damage. Woohoo!
All right. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Which is 4 points.
Now, he gets resistance on that, right?
What do you mean?
That's a non-magical attack?
No, that's a magical attack. It's from a spell.
Oh, okay. So, shoot. Last time, then, he shouldn't have gotten resistance, right? That should have been...
Well, no, because my arrow was just an arrow. But this
so last time it was arrow damage. This time is magical damage. Gotcha. How much was it again, please?
It's 4 points.
That is all he had. He collapses to the ground.
Yay!
And blinks twice and disappears.
Yes, he blinks twice and disappears. That leaves 2 left. This guy is going to take a 5-foot step, and Julius, you are the proud owner of a gargoyle-like creature attacking you.
Naturally.
First come the claws. And he gets a 7. That misses.
Then comes the Santa?
Yes, and then comes the Santa, because Santa Claus. The bite, 17.
That'll do it.
5 points of piercing.
Ow.
Ow, indeed.
Now he's made me angry.
Breepine, I hate to say this, but the guy in front of you is just going to attack you. He has no reason to move. So first comes the claws. A 15 for 5 points. Oh, dear.
I got 2 points left.
I know. Here comes the bite. Oh, dear. That's 6 points of damage.
Down.
Breepine collapses to the ground. Okay. And that would be the end of the round. Reginald.
And everybody notices the silence in the air.
Yeah.
Let me see. We will do same thing on this guy. That's not the one we want. That's what we want. DC 13 deck save on this guy.
Got it. DC 13, and he rolls a 12. He fails.
8 radiant damage.
8 radiant?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He can't resist radiant, so actually that is just enough to kill him, and he's dead.
Oh, that's what I like to see. And as a bonus action, spare the dying on Bree Pine, so she's stabilized.
Okay. Repine, you are now stabilized. Tezzacotl, it is now your turn.
All right, Tezzacotl is going to... does this guy look bad off, yes or no? Or does he kind of look fresh?
This guy actually is the one that's managed to avoid being beaten on. He looks pretty good. He looks like he's in still pretty good shape.
All right, then I'm going to cast my last spell slot and casting Ensnaring Strike on that one, on this shot, so hopefully I don't miss. And boom, chakalaka. Oh, and that's going to miss. Wah.
Okay. The arrow flies forth and ricochets off of his stony hide.
Gotcha.
Julius, it is your turn. The creature is standing over Bree Pine and looks like he is looking at you with evil intent.
Yeah, take that.
22 will hit. Or is that your damage? No, that's
no,
it.
That's the hit. I get to re-roll one of those. Hold on. All right, so that's 11 points plus the fire damage. So that's 17 points of damage.
Okay.
Smack him in the side of the head.
A loud crack as steel hits stone once more. He's still standing. Bree Pine, I assume you spend this round breathing?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I'm perusing the tile.
Very good.
You have a novel tattooed on the inside of your eyelids for just such an occasion, right?
Yep.
So the creature takes a 5-foot step, Julius, and as he does, he rakes you with his claws, doing 4 points of slashing damage. I assume AC 21 hits.
Yeah, I suppose this time. 4 points?
4 points.
Okay.
Then comes the bite. A 13 will miss.
That will miss.
He misses. That'll take us back to Reginald.
Okay, let's see what we can do. DC 13.
DC 13. Let me roll.
Oh, wait a minute, I can reroll that, I think. Let me double check. Work for those.
He fails.
That's good.
Double check this. Not a gnome. Not a dragonborn. Going in the wrong direction. Oh, so that's damage. So no, he takes 1 point of 1 point of radiant damage.
That's bad.
That's bad. Okie dokie. Tezzacotl.
All right, so that thing is still up, and now it's in front of Julian, right?
That is correct here.
I am out of spells, but I will at least try to shoot it with my bow. They'll yell obscenities. Maybe they're magical. Magical obscenities.
Go.
And a 9. Nope, no magical obscenities work for me now.
All right. That takes us back to Julius.
All right. Boy, I really hope I take him out this time.
Use magical obscenities.
I use magical obscenities. Does a 15 hit?
A 15 will hit.
Get to reroll one of those. Get to reroll that. All right, so that's 5, 9, plus my 3 strength, so that's 12, plus the fire damage. So 14 points of damage this time.
Okay. You strike him squarely in the chest. The creature takes a step back and then falls to the ground.
Yay!
Okay, we got a 5-minute rest before round 2 comes in.
And then I reach down and I heal Brepine for 1 hit point using
Okay.
lay on hands.
Brepine, you now have 1 hit point.
Well, there goes the silence.
And yes, and a deafening silence falls across the church.
So what the hell was that?
Rock monsters?
Rock monster? No,
They were painful. That's what.
Why didn't that priest come and help us?
I know. Stupid priest.
Father
Somebody had to say
Marcus?
that to protect them. I'm going to cast a cure spell on myself. There's another fight like that, and I'm done.
Okay.
So, hang on. What's on the cure DA plus 5. Yay.
So yes, where was Father Chicken?
So I get 13 hit points back.
And didn't he have some boy here too?
Yeah.
Also very true.
And where is Ishmael and Irina?
We told them to stay in the basement.
Well, that wasn't such a smart move.
We were just seeing what was going on out here. We weren't expecting to fight the stuff out here. I think we should get in the basement.
I'm going to pick up a piece of rubble.
Okay.
And see if it looks just like normal rock now.
I'm going to call it a cheeseburger.
It looks like a large piece of granite.
I'm going to go down and find Father Marcus and say to him, well, all your stained glass windows are blown out now. So is this still a safe place? I thought these things couldn't get in here.
I thought we established that it wasn't.
Yes. Yeah, I believe we established before everything.
Okay, so Brepine, as you begin to venture down into the basement, you notice at the bottom on the landing of the basement, you can see somebody is lying face down on the basement landing.
Well, I'll look and see who it is.
Okay, so you go to the bottom of the basement and you roll over and you see that Father Marcus is staring up at you with lifeless eyes and 2 puncture holes in his throat.
Well, so obviously there's a secondary way into the basement. I yell upstairs, someone ate the pastor. I'm not sure I like
nonchalant.
Much.
I don't really want to know what she's talking about.
I think Repine's true calling should be a bard because she does have a way with words. So yeah, you hear Brian calling from the basement saying someone ate the pasture, or at least that's what she sounded like. She said.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna head back down.
All right. So we will. Let's flip over to the other map real quick. Well, I guess we don't have to. You guys are back down in the basement. You are treated to a very grim discovery. You can see Father Marcus lies at the bottom of the stairs. You can see that he has been drained of all of his blood and is quite dead. You can see that Ishmael. Now you got me saying it. You see Ismark is standing in front of one of the tombs. He's lying on his back. You see his sword is drawn, but it looks like he has been either slashed or clawed to death. You see his throat is clawed out. Young Dimitri is nowhere to be seen, and neither is Irina, Ismark's sister. In addition to that, you can see one other tomb with the lid that has now slightly askew.
I knew that was going to fucking happen.
Is the armor still there?
So you're going to go over to the St. Adrol's tomb to see if the armor's still there?
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else taking an action?
I'm chopping the priest's head off. Make sure he doesn't come back as a vampire.
Okie dokie.
Anyone else? My wounds.
Okay. Tezzacotl, are you taking an action?
I'm looking over Ismark and just kind of dragging his body to the side.
Okay. So, Reginald, you peer into the tomb, and the armor and the weapon is missing.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Should have taken it when we had the chance. I'm going to look in the other one that's open and see if there's stairs in it.
So you slide the other tomb open, and you can see that it does indeed have a narrow staircase that leads down.
Normally, I don't like doing this, but I think we should check the other tombs first before we go down there.
Yeah, I agree. I almost feel like we should get 8 hours of sleep before we go down there.
Yeah.
We don't really have an option on that.
Stupid priests don't even know what's in their own basement.
I know.
To that point, you guys do notice that this is a dirt staircase. It looks like it has been recently made. It isn't by any means original construction.
I will watch Reginald checking the other tombs.
Okay. All the other tombs appear to be normal burial tombs. There are bodies in them. It looks like people of noteworthy or significance, and it looks to be a proper burial. You don't see anything out of the ordinary in any of the other tombs.
I will put them back the way they were.
Hi, Keith.
Keith Hershey Jr. says BS. I don't know what he's saying BS to, but and Devious Dungeons Painting is saying KHJ exclamation point. I don't know what that means either, but
Hershey Jr.
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll call him out. What does BS mean?
I don't know if it's BS or this game is BS.
This
scenario's BS.
Yeah, probably the fact that, we got distracted and they got away with it. That's my guess.
Oh, BS is his initials.
Okay. Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, we could say this episode's BS too, but
how do I hide this?
Do you have Goodberry?
I do not have Goodberry. I'm trying to get rid of the thing here. Oh, there it goes.
There we go.
Oh, Brad, I already told them your name anyway.
All All right.
I'll make sure to block off the tomb in my basement so he can't come and get me.
Why can't I get rid of this?
That doesn't matter. Just leave it there.
Yeah, it's only covering my face. It doesn't matter.
It should disappear after a little while, right?
Well,
and look how much the viewership went up.
It won't let me hide it.
We should cover your face more.
I know, right?
Maybe do I click off of it?
You're slowing things down here, James. Let's move along.
I know. I'm sorry. We'll just keep your face covered with Keith's
That's fine.
name.
That is just fine.
So are we going down this hole?
We don't really have a choice in the matter.
All right. Who's hurt the worst? Who needs
I have
healing?
1 hit point.
I will heal you 9 more hit points.
Okay. Sounds cool.
I've got a little bit more healing left if somebody else needs healing.
How are you doing since you're going to be the one taking the brunt of this?
I'm...
Well,
and use it on yourself.
why don't you leave me at 1 hit point? I'm going to stay all the way back, and you take the 9.
Yeah, go over in the corner somewhere, lay hands on yourself, and...
Can we take a short rest? I mean, if we can rest for an hour isn't going to kill us.
Yeah, but it might kill her.
Right. But it's going to do her no good if we're dead.
Also true.
Yeah, but we'd have no reason to go down there if she's dead.
Also true. Those are all good points.
I mean, we didn't take that long, so they should be close.
No, that round, that battle only took 5 rounds, I think. So that translates to 30 seconds, I think.
Yeah, pretty much.
Rounds? 4 rounds is 24 seconds.
It was 5 rounds. So 30 seconds, right?
30 seconds.
All right, fine.
Yeah, I like it as much as you do.
All right, so it's a very tight, tiny, cramped staircase. It's literally just wide enough for you to basically step down. So 5 feet.
Yeah, this is nice. This is nice and roomy here.
So it's 5 feet. I don't have a map for it, but it's 5 feet wide and just barely 6 feet tall. Just enough for you to stand straight if you're 6 foot. So you guys go down this tight, tiny little cramped tunnel that's teeny tiny, and it looks like it was hastily dug. It doesn't look like it was dug using time or anything like. It looks like it was very quickly dug. In some places, you guys are stepping over mounds of dirt. It looks like they didn't even clear out a lot of the dirt. It doesn't go very far. It goes about 30 or 40 feet, and then immediately you guys see a very makeshift ladder that leads up to the surface again. I assume, Julius, that you're in the lead?
Good call.
Okay, so Julius, you're the first one to approach. You guys obviously going through this tunnel is pitch black, but it's not very long. It's 30 feet. You guys could pretty much run your hand along the walls and you'll be at the other side. And you can see light coming down the tunnel coming down from above into the tunnel. So you're at the ladder now, Julius. What do you do?
I climb the ladder.
Okay. Does everyone follow Julius out of the tunnel and back up?
Yep.
Okay. You guys find yourself just outside of the graveyard, very small tunnel and entrance, and you can see piles of dirt that are in the bushes there. And as you guys are all emerging, Julius, you're the first one to see. You can see floating in the air, flying away, is somebody with a billowing cape, and it looks like they're holding somebody in their arms. And he is, you recognize the figure. You can recognize the person even at a distance. You know who this is. and he's flying up and above the city, and is slowly, as you guys are climbing out, you all see him as well, and the figure is, slowly retreating into the mist.
So, because I am a paladin of a god of protection and an idiot, I am going to use Radiant Soul.
Okay.
To create incorporeal luminous wings that allow me to fly, and I'm going to fly after him.
Okay.
Because I'm an idiot.
Lawful stupid indeed.
Indeed.
All right, so you see magical wings sprout out from the paladin's back, and suddenly he springs into the air with a look of determination and shoots off before any of you even have a word to say anything. You guys all are pretty much picking up trying to take in the whole scene, and then all of a sudden the paladin shoots off like an eagle, and is several. How fast can you go when you're flying?
30 feet.
Okay.
Heavy.
So not super fast.
No, not super fast. Unfortunately, let me look it up, but unfortunately, as much as you try, Strahd continues to put more and more distance between you until he finally just completely fades away from view. But let me double check that before I make any hasty claims here. But I'm pretty sure that his speed is faster than yours. Yes, I am correct. He stops briefly and he says loud enough, or at least you can almost either you read his lips, or he says it loud enough for you to hear it. And he says to you almost in a mocking tone, "Thank you for a most interesting evening." And then he just flies away. And as much as you're determined to chase him, he just fades off into the mist and is gone altogether.
And when he says that to me as he turns around to fly away, I yell at him, "I'll get you, Strahd, and your little Toto too."
He kind of smirks and then goes, "Huh? Toto?" No, but he does. He does fade off into the mist, and before too long, you don't know which direction he went. You're not sure where he is. In fact, at this point, you're not really sure where you are.
Awesome.
That you think you need to start flying down closer to the ground so you can make your way back to Vallaki.
Yeah, once I can no longer follow him, I will try to retrace my steps, so to speak.
Okay. It'll take you a while because the mist obscures your vision, so you don't have any landmarks. But eventually, I'm going to say you make it back to Vallaki. While he's gone, are you guys doing anything in particular?
Shaking my head.
Yeah.
Shaking your head. Okay. All right. By the grace of Torm, you eventually see the distant lights of Vallaki, and you start making your way back towards the lights. And as you guys are starting to get a little worried about where the paladin is, from out of the mist, you see the paladin appear, and he slowly and gracefully lowers back to the ground with a very solemn look on his face.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to miss me.
Is there anything else in the area?
It's hard to miss me considering that my wings glow.
Is there anything else in the area? So you guys are still inside the town. The tunnel was built within the town, and you can see that you're right behind the graveyard. There's some buildings around you. Not too far away is the palisade wall. I'm not sure what you're looking for. If you want to be a little bit more descriptive.
So we didn't find the body of the kid.
Oh, yeah, about that. So in the bushes, not too far away from you, you guys find the body of the kid. And yeah, he's got some puncture holes in his neck and stuff.
Right, I take his head off too.
Alrighty. His parents are probably not going to be happy about that, but interns.
Yeah, better that than have him come back and eat them.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Well, you know. So all this grim decapitation stuff, Julius, I'm going to have to make you go ahead and make a sanity check on that because that was definitely not what you signed up for. So
Yeah, no. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to spare the rest of you. You guys all avert thy eyes while he's chopping heads off. But unfortunately, Julius, you have the grim business to take care of.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess an 11 probably ain't gonna do it.
No, unfortunately, no. So let's make a quick sanity roll on top of everything else. Yeah, you lose 2 points of sanity as you try to reconcile the fact that you need to decapitate innocent people in order to make sure they don't come back as undead spawn.
Fabulous.
Right. So, what do you guys do now? Devious Dungeon paintings head off with their heads.
The problem is they're not going to let us back to the bar for our beds that we paid for.
Very true.
Well, there's a chance. I said we probably wouldn't.
Well, we have a whole church to ourselves now.
No,
that is true.
Yes, you do. I mean, you guys can get about the business of burying everybody tomorrow, you know?
Yeah.
So
that's the plan.
And this room here, they don't look like they have any windows.
That is correct. There are no windows in either of those rooms.
Or the office.
So,
No, that's it. That's an office.
I will take one of those beds, close the door, and say, I'm going to bed.
Okay.
Wake me up when it's my turn to take watch.
Got it.
Right. Wake you up when it's time to go.
Yeah, I think we're all going to do a long rest.
Okay.
Very much so.
Okay. Let me make some rolls that are unrelated to this game and your current resting situation.
So, Mike, while they're all resting,
yes,
because somebody really should be on watch, I'm going to actually take the time to gather the bodies together and start digging holes to bury them.
Okay.
And then when I'm done, I'll go wake them up, assuming they've had their rest, and then go to bed.
Okay, so we're only doing 2 watches then? We're doing your watch and then everybody else is doing a watch? Or are you all taking turns?
I don't know, but, that's what I'm doing while they all go to bed or whatever they're doing.
Okay. Is everyone taking a shift by themselves or is 3 of you going to sleep and Julius is staying awake?
Well, I can help him with the graves. If I know that he's doing that, then I'll definitely help him with that. And then I can go to bed afterwards.
Yeah, and then I'll go to sleep same time as Repine.
Okay, so you guys are taking 2 watches. The first watch is Julius and Reginald. The second watch is Brepine and Teizukon.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. All right. You all are able to rest for 8 hours uninterrupted at some point. So you get the benefits of your 8-hour rest.
Never wanted to hear those words so much.
I think this is the first time that you all have been able to successfully rest, I think.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So, remind me about how it works with getting your hit points back, because 5th edition.
Full. You get your max hit points.
Once you do a full rest for 8 hours, full rest is how long?
8 hours.
Yeah. When you do a full 8-hour rest, you get your full hit points restored.
And
unless, of course,
half of your hit dice.
Half your hit dice.
Half of the total or half of the current?
Half of the current. So
how do you ever get full?
Well, I was wondering the same thing, but I think it's just, if you have 4 on your, and if you're level 8, you'd have 8, but you have 4 right now, so you get half of what's left. So
every full rest, you get 2 hit dice back.
if you have 8? Or if
Well,
you have...
here's the rule. It says at the end of a long rest, the character regains all lost hit points. The character also regains spent hit dice up to a number of dice equal to half of the character's total number of them. So, for example, if a character lost 8 hit dice, he or she can regain 4 hit dice upon finishing a long rest.
Got it.
You guys all have some very disturbing dreams, but as you wake up, you don't really remember much, except it was very disturbing and unsettling. You also recover sanity for those of you who have sanity loss. That would be your either your charisma, your wisdom, or your intelligence bonus applied once. So whatever bonus is the highest, apply that, and you get that back in sanity loss.
Wow, that's easy. All right. I'm back to full.
Well, yeah, your bonus is +5, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of helps to be have a high bonus. So is everyone at full sanity, or is there still somebody down?
I think I'm down.
No, I'm at full.
So Tezzacotl, you're still down?
I believe so. I have to do some recalculation.
All right, fair enough. I know none of you are in a serious shape. I know that all of you were under 10% of your total. So
yeah,
no worries. So you guys all have fitful sleep, but you do get your rest. And the gray dawn begins to light up the church. The aftermath of the battle is still apparent. There's rocks and rubble everywhere. Unfortunately, the town of Vallaki doesn't know that they've lost their beloved Father Marcus, or Father Ishmael, or whatever Brevine said. You guys have, both Reginald and Julius have performed the burials for Dimitri and the father. What do you guys do with Ismark the Lesser?
I'd also bury him.
You also perform a burial for him as well? Okay.
Of course.
What kind of weapons is he carrying?
He was carrying a long sword and he had chainmail on. They were good quality, but they didn't appear to be magical.
I'm going to see what I have.
Let me double check that on the armor and weapons just to make sure I have that right. But I'm pretty sure that's what he was carrying. So once you guys wake up, of course, you got all your spells. And what do you guys do now?
So I guess it's about morning.
Yes, it is morning.
Well, I guess
Now that the bodies are buried,
we gotta take the horses back. The horse back.
Yeah.
Yes. And then we have to go to the castle on the mountainside in order to get the girl back.
No.
That's crazy talk.
What do you mean, no?
I'm not sure that we should do that right now.
You mean we should wait until she's dead?
That's easier.
Vampire?
A lost hope.
We need to prepare.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then go as soon as possible.
Exactly. And we are nowhere near prepared, especially to go there.
No,
let's get that horse back.
Yeah.
I will, however, stop at the inn on the way there and just let him know what happened so that he could tell the rest of the town while we're out.
Okay. It is very solemn news. He obviously is shocked and upset to hear that the beloved priest is gone and the bones have been lost. And he says, please, I know that it is none of your business, and surely you have other more pressing matters. But if you could try and find out what happened to the bones, that church is all that the town of Vallaki has. That is
all that it's got going for it.
Yeah, that is their hope. That is everything. While the glass can be repaired, the church will never be the same without the bones being returned to their proper resting place.
If we find them, we will return them.
He nods. So he says, I will tell the rest of the town of the unfortunate death of Father Marcus. Good luck on your journeys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So yes, his Ismark the Lesser just had a normal good longsword and quality chainmail. I mean, just something that you'd be able to buy. Nothing special.
Can we sell it?
Can you sell it? Sure. You could attempt to sell it. Yeah.
Because I don't know about anybody else, but when I said that I'm low on money, I mean I had 2 silver pieces.
You're down to your last 2 silver pieces?
Yeah. Remember, I rented a horse.
Yes, you did. It was a very expensive horse.
Yes, it was.
So there isn't a inn or tavern in town you discover. Drogo says, unfortunately, there is no real place. Everybody kind of fends for themselves.
Kill everyone in town. It's the only way to be sure.
Yeah, I saw that. That was a good one. The Curse of Strahd player characters suddenly take a large detour. Screw it. Let's join the evil guys. Double checking. I don't think they have any kind of... No, they don't. They don't really have any mercantile place or trading area. Everyone kind of does barter and trade amongst themselves. There is
They
no...
have something like that in Barovia?
They did. There was a merchant shop in Barovia.
Right,
so you can always go back to Barovia and trade there.
Yes.
Or you could barter it towards the horses. Horse.
That's, well, I
Also,
mean, we just have to return the horse. We don't have to pay anything extra for it, so.
Okay.
Assuming that we get it back to them, in one piece.
Of course.
Of course.
So I assume you guys don't delay. You pack up all your stuff and immediately leave Vallaki and head back to drop off the horse.
Yes, we do.
Okay. Let me make some rolls that are completely unrelated to what's going on right now. So you guys are walking, no, wait, you guys still have the cart and the horses, so I assume you're going to do the horse and cart deal, right?
Yep.
It's our horse and cart now, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. All right. Nothing happens on the 6-ish hour drive back to the gypsies' caravan. Yeah, that's the word. Man, English is not our friend today. So you guys ride the cart back into the camp, and you can see that everybody is pretty much hasn't really changed in the last 20 or 36 hours or whatever it is. So you guys approach. One of the guys looks up and says, you've returned. And they all come walking over.
As promised.
And he kind of gives you a big broad smile and he says, I never doubted it. He says, thank you for returning our horse. And she looks great. Very well combed. Whoever took care of her took very good care of her, and we appreciate that. We have a high value on all of our horses. And he starts leading her back to the rest. He says, so tell me, my friends, do you have time to stop and rest your feet and perhaps enjoy some wine and maybe some roasted meat on the spit?
Spit meat.
What if Homer was a tabaxi?
Unfortunately, we are rather pressed for time. do you have use of these items? And I show them the armor and weapon from Ismark and see what they'll offer for it.
He kind of nods. He says, yes, I'm sure we could find a use for them or find somebody who could use them. How much are they? Would you be willing to part with them?
Good question. Let's see. How much do they normally go for?
Oh.
I'm looking in the book.
Looking in the book.
Chainmail, you said?
Chainmail and a longsword, correct.
75. I'm guessing 15. Yes. So 90. I asked for 50.
What is the book price for these?
90.
And you're asking for 50?
Yep. Would you like me to make any kind of a negotiation roll?
Yes. Why don't you make a negotiation roll for me?
I'm assuming that would be
Persuasion, probably. Well, it's not deception.
How's a 15?
A 15. He kind of considers your offer and he says, what if I gave you 10 gold and a potion of healing?
How about 30 gold and a potion of healing?
Go ahead and make another roll.
10.
How about 90 gold? And this glass of water.
He says, he kind of gives you a smile and he says, how about 30 gold? No potion. Or 10 gold in the potion.
Or I can just take this to the town and see what they'll give me for it.
He kind of shrugs. He says, the merchant there, he kind of has a monopoly, but he might be able to get a good price for him. Reginald's shaking his head. Your healer's going, take the deal, take the deal.
Would this be an insight to see how, I guess, how honest he's being as far as that goes?
Yeah, you can make an insight roll.
That's you, man.
That's me.
Oh, how's a 25 or whatever you roll?
Right. He seems like he's, you're trying to determine his comment about the monopoly or if he's giving you a good deal, or what are you trying to get insight on?
I'm trying to get an idea of, how well he really knows the merchant in Barovia as far as, am I going to get shafted if I don't take the deal?
Devious Dungeons painting is on a roll. He says, how about if I chop off your head and take all your shit?
Oh, if only I weren't a paladin.
It seems like his comment is a pretty truthful one or a factual one. He seems to believe that the guy in Barovia has a monopoly, which means he's going to basically offer whatever he feels like paying.
All right, so let me get this straight. So he's offering me 30 gold or 10 gold and a potion of healing.
Correct.
I counter with 40 gold. No potion.
Make one more persuade. Greg,
Shut up, Greg.
Go ahead and make another persuasion roll, please. Apparently, the paladin says we don't need potions of healing.
That's what you and I are for.
What'd you get on
20.
A 20?
Yeah.
He gives you a big smile and he says, deal.
All right. So we agreed on 40?
40. So he takes your chainmail and your sword, and you get 40 coins, all with the picture of Strahd on them.
So the coins will be watching us the whole time.
Yes.
I know, right?
How much would it cost for us to get food for the road?
40 gold.
40 gold.
Yeah. No shit.
How much food are you looking for, my friend?
Just something to eat on our way back.
We could spare a loaf of bread or perhaps a couple pieces of fruit if that's all you need. If you're looking for something more, well, I'll be sure to see if we can try and arrange something agreeable to both of us.
I think my friend here would like some meat.
Yes, spit meat.
He says, well, all you had to do is ask, my friend. For you, you get your choice. Go ahead and pick your own spit meat to take with you.
Yay.
For some reason, he's taken a liking to you, Tezzacotl. You're not sure why. Maybe you're a cat of a different breed, shall we say. So you take one of the large hunks of meat roasting on the spit.
Mm-hmm.
It smells delicious. You don't know what they do to season the meat, but it does smell good.
I'm going to give each of my companions 5 gold. And
All right.
I'm going to keep the rest.
You may keep the rest.
Simply because of the fact that, I've spent almost everything I had on us so far.
Well, apparently Reginald is refusing your gold.
Oh,
Hold
really?
on to it. I'm okay for now. Hold on.
Yeah,
I didn't buy anything when we went to the store last time, so.
I am as well.
All right. So it looks like Breepine's the only one taking gold. Breepine, you taking 5 gold?
Yep.
I'll give you 10 instead then, since they're not taking any.
I think the 5 is fine.
All right, so you're only down 5, Julius.
Okay, now we have a town to get back to.
All right. So
In a room that's already paid for.
No, we just lost what we paid for. Because that was last night's paid for.
Yeah, but we never used it.
Yeah, that's going to matter.
Here.
We'll find out when we get back.
All right, so you guys,
That may affect on whether or not we're going to look for this guy's wine.
All right, so you guys make your way back to Barovia. Now you're down to 1 horse and 1 wagon. You guys still can all ride in the wagon with no problem.
We're going to Barovia.
I don't know. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm speaking out of turn. Are you guys headed to Barovia now, or are you guys going somewhere else?
I thought we were going back to Vistanti.
Yeah, so we can...
Oh, so you guys are going back to Valaki. Okay, all right. Well, at this point, it is, I'm thinking, took you 6 hours. It's about 4 in the afternoon. So you guys are definitely not going to make it back to Valaki by night.
How long did it take for us to get here from Barovia?
It was about a 6-hour cart ride.
So we're in halfway.
Sounds like.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I didn't understand your question. What was your question again?
How far from Barovia? How long did it take to get from Barovia to here?
Not quite 6 hours. That's a little too long. Hang on a second. Let me pull up the map here, and
because we have slightly more pressing priorities than getting wine for the tavern keeper.
True. Good point.
That's right. It's going to Mount Gacchus in the south.
Yes. Go to the Mount Gacchus. Find those books. Find the Forgotten Lore. Okay, so from Barovia to the Gypsy camp is probably be about an hour. So you're about an hour away from Barovia.
Well, we should go there.
Well, that's what I was assuming, but I didn't.
Okay.
I was making. I didn't want to put words in your mouth. I don't know if that's where.
Well,
Why would we're going to Barovia if we had to sell the armor and sword, which we don't have to now?
Yeah. But if you guys turn around and try to go back to Valaki, like I said, it's about 4 in the afternoon. You're not going to make it back to Valaki by nightfall. You'll be about a third of the way there.
And Barovia is a larger town where we can get more supplies that, will give us what we need in order to go on a rescue mission, or even go find a library to look through.
Well, didn't that card reading that lady did for you, didn't one of the things say there was some person we're supposed to be looking for that could help us? Strahd?
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, I think you have that written down, not I. Because it was your reading.
I can't find the piece of paper I wrote it down on.
I will have that all prepared for you guys. Unfortunately, I don't have all the information on the reading, but I'll get that all hammered out. What was the question? Maybe I can try and remember off the top of my head.
The reading that Bree Pine got, there was something about a person we were supposed to find that might be able to help us defeat Strahd.
I want to say it was the Conjurer, but I honestly, I'm not gonna. I don't want to say something if I don't think it's accurate. So I think it was the Conjurer that you need to look for, but I'll have that information the next time we
Who
play.
would obviously be at Mount Gacchus.
There you go.
Or at the wizard at the winery.
Or also possible.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
All right.
Well, either way, we should go to Barovia anyway, since it's closer, and didn't Julius pay for rooms for like a week there? It definitely hasn't been a week.
Yes, I believe he did pay for a week's time. And as of right now, no. You guys, this has been like a day and a half, I think.
Well, we got rooms somewhere, so let's just go to where the rooms are.
All right. Let's go to Barovia.
Yep.
Did you get your fill of spit meat?
Yep, got my spit meat.
All right. And
if you're a good little kitty, we'll stop and get some on the way back.
And once again, Devious Dungeons paintings say Barovians are known for their excessive use of MSG to make their food and spit meat taste better. Very good.
That's
Very
why.
good comment. Okay, so I don't know what you can see on the map. James, is it possible to pull the map out a little bit? Because
sure.
It looks like it's centered on a large mountain. I don't know where you guys are.
Oops.
It's the winery.
There we go. Oops. Too far.
This is the planetary view.
All right, so the gypsy camp is right here, if you guys can see the little blue circle. And then the village of Barovia is over to the right of that. So if that's where you guys are going. Yep, that's the gypsy camp, and there's Barovia. Mm-hmm. So that's about an hour, and you guys are basically making your way along the lake and then along the stream, crossing the bridge, and then you'll be back in Barovia.
Over the river and through the woods?
Yes.
Onward.
So you guys have decided on going to Barovia, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. After a fierce debate. There is no activity on the roads, once again. It seems the roads are clear. You don't see anybody on the roads, and you don't find anything unusual. And before too long, you guys find yourself once again entering the village of Barovia. And I think I'm looking at the clock. Unless you guys say otherwise, I think that might be a good stopping point for tonight.
Yep, definitely.
Okay. All right. Yes, and somebody just put a large red circle around Castle, around the suspicious-looking castle up on the mountain. All right. Well, that'll do it for tonight. Thanks, everybody, for watching, for those of you who are watching. And, of course, thanks to the players for participating. Don't. We'll end on a rather comical note.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for everything.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah. Hope everyone had fun. We'll start with session 9. And
Yep.
that one, actually, just to get everybody back on the right schedule again, James, when will we be doing the next session?
So yeah. I mean, honestly, if I look at my magical map
2
here,
weeks.
yeah. So it'll be the 8th.
It'll be on the 8th, just to make
Yep.
sure everyone's
Friday
clear.
the 8th.
So in 2 weeks, in, of course, 2021, we will be continuing with session 9 with the players back in Barovia. And thanks again, guys, and take it away, James.
All right. So everyone, thank you for joining us. I know there was some hiccups with the new software we're using, so hopefully we'll get used to that. Also, yeah, better choices in movie trailers for next time. And anyway,
More appropriate choices.
have a good night, and we will all see you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Thanks, guys.